brought to you by the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles, California, the first and only webcast of real action cash game poker. My name is Bart Hansen, and tonight I am joined by David Tuckman. How you doing tonight, Dave?
I'm doing pretty good.
Dave, we have a doozy of a game tonight.
Doozy, I like that.
It's a $1,000 no-limit game. The blinds for this game are 10 and 20, and we have such stars as Amir Vahidi and Jesus on the table.
Yeah, I mean, Amir Vahidi and Jesus, you cannot ask for any better than
This
that.
is going to be an incredible, incredible night.
Yeah.
So let's get to it.
Yeah. Let's do a quick introduction here. In seat one, we've got the, spoken about there, we've got Jesus, as he's actually called, or Jesus, either way. Seat two, we've got Mark, and there he is. And seat three, we've got Cliff, and there's Cliff there. And seat four, we've got John there. We call him Hutch. And seat five, we've got Chan. Chan's a local professional poker player, likes to mix it up. Seat six, we've got Alan, everybody's favorite Alan there.
Yep.
Seat seven, we got Dr. BB, really mixing up his game more and more each week. Seat eight, we've got Steven. He's not there right now. He actually lost about a $1,200 pot earlier to Jesus that we saw. And seat nine, there he is, the myth, the legend, Amir Vahidi. Not a huge cash game player, a huge tournament player. And let's see how he does in the cash game here.
Yeah. So this is going to be an absolutely great night.
It should be. Once again, this is a $1,000 buy-in, no-limit hold'em game. The blinds are $10 and $20. Yellow chips are $5, purple chips are $25, and the white chips are $100 chips. And Hutch shows two pair there. He's got jacks over nines. That's going to be enough to take it down. We've got some big names in the Bicycle Casino tonight because of our Legends of Poker tournament. Today's tournament was a $300 buy-in, no-limit hold'em tournament, and started at $415. We'll get the official numbers for you later, but I already noticed Men the Master in the house, and Amir Vahidi, obviously. James Woods we might get in the game later if he craps out in the tournament.
I'm going to wonder if Amir's seen anything like the likes of Jesus over there in seat one in terms of a cash game. Amir has played in some big cash games in his time, and normally when you play at these levels, I'm sure he's somewhat used to gamblers, but you really wonder about how big a gambler is he used to, Dave.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how he does in this game, because you know what? Everybody who watches this would go, we all recognize Amir Vahidi because he's made it in so many poker tournaments and so forth, and he's a poker celebrity, so to speak, Mm-hmm. But we know that, seat three, Cliff, and seat four is Hutch, and seat five is Chan, and Mo was in the game before. And these are really excellent poker players.
Yep.
Who play this game on a regular basis.
Yep.
And I'm curious how a poker celebrity will do against these guys. And they're not going to give him his chips just because it's Amir Vahidi, right?
So here we go, 10, Jack, 8 on the flop here, all spades. A king comes on the turn. Someone's got pocket deuces and someone has ace-4 clubs. Amir's got ace-4 clubs. Seat 7's got pocket deuces.
Yeah, Dr. Beebe's there, got pocket deuces. And Mark and Jesus are actually not in the hand. There we go.
And Amir bet $350 there, and he took it down with pocket deuces, which was the best hand at the time.
Actually, Amir had the ace high.
Excuse me, ace high.
Yeah,
You're right.
Got to lay down top pocket deuces, but not a very good flop for pocket deuces.
No, not at all.
And you'll see Amir play a lot of hands on the button in position. And Amir's actually playing over. You see the glass box next to him, plastic box. He's playing over Mo, our favorite no-limit host here. And playing over pretty much Mo is just letting him take his spot for a little while.
Right. Got another pocket deuces and pocket queens this time for Amir. And he's going to raise 60 here, Dave. And Mark there in seat 2, he's got pocket deuces, so he's going to make the call. And we're heads up, pocket deuces against pocket queens. Here we go, to the flop. Ooh, ace, king, 4. Couple of clubs. Wow, and Amir checks right behind it. It was ace, king, 4. It got check, check, and look at this. The turn is a deuce. Mark has hit his set now. And you wonder if he bets, though. You know, Amir's played this kind of passively, if he's just going to fold anyways, Dave, with the queens.
Yeah, you know what? When you got pocket queens and you raise 16, you get called.
Yeah.
You're not looking for an ace-king flop.
Yeah. And he's going to bet 150 now here on the turn. Wow, and Amir played that pretty passively there, you know?
He did. I don't mind the way he played it, though, because if he gets check raised in the flop...
And the rabbit cam shows a queen, Dave.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. That is unbelievable.
That was huge.
Unbelievable.
That would have been an amazing finish there.
Of course, we can see what the next card is because we have rabbit cam that will periodically switch to throughout
Now, Mark
the night.
played that kind of strange, too. I'm surprised. Now, he checks the ace-king flop, and he hits his deuce, and he immediately bets it. I'm surprised he didn't, check it again.
No.
And maybe Amir's, sandbagging the big hands.
Well, yeah, I mean, the funny thing is that if you get put in that spot and you bet out and you get raised, you wonder if Amir is sandbagging aces or kings.
Right.
You know?
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Amir gave up pretty easily on that one. A lot of high cards so far, we know that. In this hand.
Here we go. I believe this pot was limped around. We got a lot of paint cards out there.
Yep.
8, 9, 3, couple of hearts. Cliff there in seat 3. He's got top pair. And it got checked around. He was in early position. Looks like another 9 comes on the turn, Dave. So Cliff has got trips now.
Yeah, he's in real good shape here.
Yeah, and he's going to... Looks like he's going to bet out there.
Both John and Alan in seat 4 and seat 6 have a gut shot straight draw.
Yep.
Let's see if they go for it, though.
So he might be looking like he's just trying to steal the pot there, but he's got trips. Alan's going to make the call there with overs and a gut shot straight draw. So he's going to need to spike a 10 here. Here we go with the river. The river is a king, and that fills Cliff up.
And look, Cliff's looking confused. Like, wow.
Getting massaged.
I hate king 9, but
Yeah.
I like it when this kind of hand comes out.
And he's going to throw a bet out there. It looks like 200.
He's hoping Alan's got a 9.
And no, Alan's going to go away.
And Alan's one of those guys, we talk about it time and time again. I love him. He's a really nice guy. He's friendly. He's here for recreational purposes and obviously for fun. But in a game like this, he is the definition of dead money. You know, I mean, you can look in the dictionary and there his face pops up. Boom, there's Alan.
Well, geez, Steve, can you be any? Can you be a little bit harsher on the guy? My goodness.
I mean, I don't mean to be rude about him, but I mean, he just time and time again I watch him the way he plays, and on a draw on the turn he just calls instead of raises, and if he doesn't get there he folds. He routinely puts his money in with the worst of it. But hey, Chris Moneymaker was considered dead money.
Yep.
And he won the World Series, so maybe Alan will prove me wrong. I hope he does. I don't consider myself harsh. I just consider myself honest. Sometimes honesty is brutal.
Yep.
Right? This is everybody put in $20 in this one. Just a little mini raise.
Yep.
And nobody actually. I take that back. Cliff on the button has flopped 2 pair.
That's why I say hi.
Top 2 pair. And
number.
Mark in seat 2 actually has top pair.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sorry, second pair.
Second pair. And seat 3 is going to bet there on the ace-10.
Well, everybody checked to him. Pot's about $320 right now. And I don't think anybody can call this. Amir's got a flush draw. He's got Jack 6 of clubs. Let's see how he plays it here.
Yep, he does.
He's
have
out of
that flush
position with
draw.
the flush draw, so.
Yep. Again, the flop is ace-10-8, 2 clubs. And it looks like, did he make the call? Yeah, he made the call there, Dave.
He just smooth called.
Yep. Now Mark, he's got the 10-jack. He's going to go away.
Now Amir's pretty obviously a very smart player, and he's not going to raise there out of position.
And the turn is a 4 of spades.
See how Amir plays it here. There's a close-up of Cliff there with top 2 pair.
He looks like he's going into purple chips there.
Yeah, the pot's $500 right now, about.
Yeah. The yellow chips are $5 chips. The purples are $25 chips. And a stack is usually 20 chips there, Dave. So he's going to bet
600 here. And this is one of those things with Amir now. He's clearly not getting the odds to go for his flush, but he's got to think, do I have the implied odds? Am I going to get paid off if I hit my club?
So now the pot's about $1,100.
Yeah, 600 to call.
Yeah.
With one card to come, there's no way he's got the odds to call if he can't get paid off.
And Amir is asking him how much does he have left.
Right. And he's got no other draw here.
Right, this is different if he had a queen jack or something like that of clubs.
Without a doubt. Something that might not be seen also. Queen jack of clubs, and if a king of diamonds comes out there, you might not put him on the queen jack.
Or a 9 jack in this case, possibly.
This is one of the problems with going for draws in no limit is you're not getting the odds to go for it.
And he's going to muck the hand.
Yeah, you're not getting the odds to go for it. And then when you hit, there's no guarantee you're going to get paid off.
Absolutely.
And Cliff takes down a nice $1,100 pot there. Granted, about 700 of it, so 800 of it was his, but still. I guess one of the problems also, people always talk about going for draws in no limit as opposed to limit. People always go, yeah, but I'm going to hit my flush 33% of the time, right?
Right.
The problem is, though, is you have to call a big bet on the flop to get just one card, and then who knows how much more you have to spend on the turn if you don't hit it on the turn to see the river card. It's not just a matter of limit where you're just putting in one big bet. Where obviously in limit you always have the odds, almost always have the odds to go for a draw like a flush or a straight.
Right, because it's just that one extra bet.
It's just one extra bet to win the whole pot.
Right. Here we go, 4-way action to the flop. Was limped around. Jack 6-9, rainbow. This is about $80 in that pot there, Dave. The blinds in this game are 10 and 20. And Amir is going to bet here with Queen 8. He's going to bet 60.
He's got a gut shot.
And Jesus calls there with bottom pair. And here we go to the turn. Turn is a 6, and look at that. Jesus has made trips. Amir checks to him, and Jesus immediately bets. He's going to bet $200 here. And Amir's going to muck.
I think we should sell the Amir Vahidi bobblehead.
Yep. Because
that was great.
He seems to be bobbing his head there a lot.
I think Amir also, when he plays tournaments, he's fearless in those tournaments. And he's playing against a lot of players that aren't fearless. And maybe he's expecting to sit down in this cash game and get, people just run over players.
Yeah, that's not going to happen with
not
some
in this
of these
game,
guys.
no way.
No. Absolutely not.
I don't know if Jesus knows or care who Amir Vahidi is.
Right. Of course, we're here doing the Poker Channels live at the bike. We're doing a 10-20 no-limit hold'em game, $1,000 minimum, unrestricted maximum. The purple chips are $25 chips. The yellows are $5 chips. The whites are 100s. And the greens are thousands if you see a big green.
Wow.
Seat 9 there, I believe Amir has raised to 40. Got a call there by seat 1. Pocket Jackson, seat 3, chose just a smooth call. So we're going to see a pretty big flop here, and Jackson's going to have to play it kind of like hitting a set, Dave.
Yeah, and Amir's got the ace 4.
He's got ace 4. He brought it in with ace 4. So here we go to the flop. It's about a $200 pot. Jack 6-4. There's the set for Cliff.
John in seat 4 has an open-ended straight draw.
Cliff has got top set. It's a $200 pot.
Yeah. You got to wonder if Amir Vahidi is used to playing flops 5 or 6-handed also.
Well, here we go. Cliff is going to bet $300. Now let's see if John chases his straight draw with 2 clubs out there, Dave.
Hutch actually is from Montana. And I'm not sure, but I think he actually has relation to Chad Hutchinson, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Chan is going to muck. Hutch mucks.
There's a...
and Jesus has got a couple of overcards. We've seen him make this call time and time again.
And he's in just really bad shape here.
Or if he thinks he's going to make a move, he's in big trouble, too. It's a $300 bet.
Oh, and he looks like he's counting the raise here.
He might just be counting his total chips.
Okay.
Now he's going to lay it down.
There you go. And Cliff takes it down.
And Cliff is going to show pocket jacks.
Now, I like Cliff's play there. He bet right into it, okay? He didn't want to slow play it. There were draws out there. There were two clubs and 6-4, I guess. And I think he's hoping that maybe the pre-flop raiser had pocket aces or pocket kings. In that case, Amir Vidi only had ace high. And didn't have much at all. One thing about Hutch in seat 4, actually, there's a rumor, actually, that he... I'm not sure exactly what he does for a living, maybe telemarketing or something like that, but he...
Yeah, that's exactly what he does.
Okay, well, there you go. Well, supposedly, he's, I think, living off his brother's signing bonus. Like most poker players, we're all unemployed, living off somebody else. I, for one, I'm lucky I have a rich wife.
Pocket tens here for seat 5. He chose to, looks like he just limped in there. 8, jack 5, couple of spades. Pocket tens there. He is in the cutoff spot.
Steven's got the ace of spades in seat 8. Let's see how he plays it. If he decides to play it a little aggressive and raises, he probably can take the pot away.
Well, he's got, it's 8, jack 5, just 2 spades out there, so... that would be
for some reason I saw the jack of spades out there.
Now, Amir, though, he calls for a gut shot. And look at this, he hits the gut shot. And it goes check, check here on the turn. And the river is a 6, and now it brings a 1 card straight to the board, and that's probably going to kill a lot of Amir's action. And he's going to bet 300 here. And look at that, Chan's not going to be able to make the call.
With the jack out there, it kind of distilled any action he was going to get anyway.
Yeah. So Amir takes it down.
Yeah, for some reason I saw an all-spade flop. I don't know why. Maybe I wanted to.
Spades in your dreams, huh?
And Jesus in seat 1, we've kind of seen a kinder, gentler Jesus today.
Yeah, he seems to have a lot of motion yet. I mean, see if you can get some cocktails in him.
He'll get a couple of Coronas in him. He'll start moving.
The other thing that we actually haven't told some of the webcasters who are watching this on the internet out there is we no longer are doing table talk.
Oh, wow.
Is that news to you?
That's news to me also, wow.
Here we go. We got 3-way action. Ace 5, 6.
And Dr. Beebe's got second pair here.
Look at this, though. Amir's going to bet. He's got a gut shot again. Boy, he likes to bet into those gut shots. And he takes it down.
I think we're boring him. I said I think we're boring
you. It's a completely different mentality of tournament poker as opposed to cash games, you know?
Absolutely.
Most people that watch TV on TV, obviously, watch poker on TV, are accustomed to poker on poker tournaments,
right,
as opposed to cash games.
This is a cash game. It's different. It's the first time a cash game has ever really been on TV with hole cards. Seat 3.
Look at that.
That's Cliff.
Get the box. We're ready now. Can you believe that?
Seat 3.
Some people return the favor.
Seat 3 was either in a straddle there, Dave. I think he straddled to 40. And Amir made it 160, I believe.
And here it is. You know, it took Amir a second to warm up, but he's going to start trying to run over this table. You can see it already.
Yeah, we couldn't really tell what the straddler had there. It didn't show us his cards, but of course a straddle is a double the big blind bet there, Dave. It's a forced bet, and then you have the option when it comes back around you to check, raise. And in this case, he folded because Amir raised.
And the basic purpose of it, obviously, is to get some action in the game. Artificially put some action in the game, pretty much.
I'm thinking about naming my first kid that.
And some people equate like a tournament almost being like a full-on sprint, while a cash game is very much like a marathon.
I'll try.
Absolutely. Can't really take it day by day.
You're not even week by week. I mean, you got to really look at it a 1 month at a time if you really want to look at it that way. I mean, I know a lot of really great tournament players. I mean, our own Robert Turner, Chip Burner Turner, an excellent tournament player, but he's a fish in a cash game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every time he sits down at the stud high-low table, I love it. It's all butter.
People like warm his seat up for him.
And Amir has raised here with pocket tens. He gets called in 2 spots, so we're going to see a flop here. King 3-9 rainbow. Jesus has got top pair. You know he's not going anywhere. Amir checks it to Jesus in position, and Jesus is going to throw a bet out.
$130.
He's going to bet $130 here.
You kind of wonder from this kind of table if Amir sits here for an hour or two and he gets a handle on everybody at the table.
Oh, he looks like he's going to make a move here, Dave.
He's making a move on the wrong guy.
Absolutely. He's obviously not familiar. Well, he's going to make a check call. Interesting.
Wow, check call with a pair of tens.
Let's see the turn. The turn is a 5 of hearts.
300.
And I believe Jesus has thrown a $300 bet in there. And now Amir's thinking, on that flop, Dave, there aren't a lot of draws. 5 of hearts is on the turn there.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. Amir is just check calling all the way.
Yeah.
The river is a 9, and I would think that Jesus might put another value bet in here. And he is.
Wow.
Give him credit.
With a jack kicker.
Give him
I gotta
credit.
be honest, I might shut down there thinking the guy has king queen.
He's going to bet 400. Dave, the pot is about 1,500. The pot's laying Amir almost 3.5 to 1 here.
And it's a great value bet.
Yeah. It's a little more than 3.5 to 1. And let's see if Amir senses it.
I just don't understand. Amir call, check call, check call. What was he going for, a 2-outer?
Pot's a little less than that. I think it's more like about 12 or 1,300. But anyways, it's about 3 to 1. It's a $400 bet. The pot probably now is, again, about 1,200. 400 to call. And boy, he looks like he really wants to call here, Dave.
You don't like it, you can take a couple $100 of it back.
Look at this. What a decision.
Like it?
Real cash, $1,200 of real cash here on the table. This one hand.
Good job, that lousy nine.
Well, it's not in a tournament. You can just move all in.
Right.
You can only lose your buy-in.
Nine.
Here, bam, cash.
Huh?
Cash games are really the bread and butter of
Listen to
professional
him
poker
talk.
players.
You don't have any nine? Show me your card, you don't have a nine, I throw $400.
I think he means it. I think he means it.
And he's going to muck. And I think Jesus actually showed him the hand. That is unbelievable. I guess Jesus doesn't care about making any money there at the end. He makes a value bet and he shows Amir the hand.
He didn't go ahead. He's a gentleman. He
that's-
showed the card.
Yeah, Amir saying he's a gentleman. Well, that was really something.
Gentlemen, that's a word for it.
Yeah. Ah.
I think Amir convinced him to finally just show him the cards.
Oh, well, that's...
I just don't understand the play there by Amir. Check call, check call. Check. Oh, shoot. My opponent bet. I better just talk him into showing me the winning hand. Like I was saying, the cash games are really the bread and butter of any professional poker player.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there are a few. Chris Ferguson, who only plays tournaments. Players like that. But
Floor man. Floor person. He wants to take a restroom break.
Amir said, telling the dealer to take a restroom break.
yeah.
Option. I don't fire you for 5 minutes restroom break.
30 players.
You gotta go, you gotta go.
Limped around here.
Amir, there's an inquiry. Tell him.
You know, one thing that got Jesus going
Oh,
the
you
last
call.
couple of weeks was somebody else showed him a
You don't have
bluff.
a 9, but you have
And
a
that got him
king.
bluffing.
I'll call.
Yeah.
So let's see if somebody does that here.
Gets
It's a
checked
top
here on
part
the
of
flop.
poker world.
No one really has anything. The 9 of diamonds comes on the turn.
I thought you showing it to me as a gentleman.
He was trying to make 400.
So you
He was trying to make
And
400.
So you greedy
Hutch takes it
bastard,
down
you
there.
just wanted the $400 more, huh? What people don't do for a buck, huh? What people don't do?
No, and you're coming in?
Oh, what else is true?
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Alan, are you taking the blind? Yeah.
Sometimes also the difference in cash games and tournaments for a lot of beginner poker players, it's interesting. Tournament, obviously, it's very easy to gauge how you've done because you finish in first place or fifth place or in the money or whatever, or you get knocked out in the first 5 minutes, like some players. But in a cash game, sometimes it's really hard to gauge how you're doing because sometimes you put almost too much weight on one day's session. I know when I first started playing, it was so important for me to win that day. I didn't want to leave the casino until I left a winner. And obviously, that spelled doom for me some days if I'm just not running well or I wasn't playing well.
Right.
And now I've learned, obviously, that it's all just one long session.
Looks like there's a raise here to 100.
100?
And it looks like it's Jesus.
Wow.
And Amir's going to call here with ace deuce.
He kissed his money goodbye. He did do that much.
Pocket tens against ace deuce here.
That's all you need?
Queen 4-9. Couple of clubs. Boy, Amir's really playing loose, and he's going to check, and Jesus is going to bet 200.
Great bet by Jesus there.
Is Amir going to check call here again?
200's a bet.
Oh, he looks like he might check raise.
I mean, gentlemen, I'll give it to you.
Pot's been raised. 350 more.
And he's going to raise it to 350 more. Wow.
Now, Jesus is the type of player, he could check, call, fold.
How about this? How about a flat call? Here we go, Dave. Wow.
Now, Jesus is one of those guys, he'll actually call to see if he can spike a 10.
We got about a $1,000 pot here. The turn is an 8. Actually gives him a gut shot to the jack.
Yeah, and
now let's see how much, if Amir can figure how much he can bet to get Jesus off of the hand. 8 of hearts on the turn.
this is interesting here. Jesus has position on him, and let's see if Amir can get him off the hand.
800.
$800 bet. So he's betting a little under the size of the pot there, David.
Wow.
Look at this, Jesus. He's all in, it looks like. He doesn't believe Amir. And Amir can't even call us for value. He's just got an overcard. Let's see how much more it is. Oh, my goodness.
How much more?
And that's what he's trying to figure here, Dave.
The problem is he's got to be figuring, even if it's a couple of $100 more,
Yeah.
he might be drawing dead if Jesus has 2 pair, or a set, or a straight already.
760.
It was 2,600 there before the 760. The pot is now 3,300, 760 to call.
Yeah, to me,
So
you
it's
got
like
to throw it away.
it's 4 or 5 to 1 he's got.
Because you got to put him on at least 2 pair, a set.
Yeah.
If he has Jack 10, he's got a straight. There's nothing Ace Deuce can beat.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's going to make this call.
Even if you catch an ace, you don't even know if it's good. It's probably not. You got to think. I mean, we know it's good, but
And Jesus versus Amir, I think Jesus is going to get the better end of him again. This is some incredible stuff.
look at Amir. He was caught with his pants down. Oh wow! They both laid it on the table, and I guess Jesus is a little better endowed.
And look at this, he's going to muck, and he shows pocket tens, which were good.
Hey, you bluffing, man.
Rabbit Cam shows another queen.
And look at Amir goes, "You bluffed me." Yeah. Yeah, there's no way if he has a queen, he's laying it down for $600 or $700 more.
But you should forgive him now. Amir, he said you guys are even now.
No.
Wow, and there's a close-up of our chips there.
The profit. You kidding me?
So, Dave, we have seen some pretty incredible action here in the first part of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus the gambler against the pro Amir, and Jesus has really got the better end of him.
The better
And
end.
now you wonder, because we always talk about how in a cash game, it's a marathon. Is Amir the type of player where he's not going to be stuck and just going to continue to push? And will he get up? Will he start playing a little bit more conservatively?
I have a lot of respect for Amir Vahidi, but I got to be honest with you. Most most cash game pros,
Yeah.
they literally I can't even say the word.
Salivate.
Thank you, salivate.
Yeah.
When a tournament pro comes into their game, because tournament pros a lot of times have trouble adjusting their play to a cash game, and Amir is he is getting hosed.
Now, seat number 8 here, he's got pocket 8s. It's an ace-3 deuce flop. And
Up to 150, pot's been raised.
and seat 4 has raised. And we're going to wait and see what he's got there. Oh. He's got an ace-3. He's got 2 pairs there, Dave. Top 2 pairs. Steven just put a feeler bet out there because I believe the pot was kind of limped around with pocket 8s.
I like the feeler bet by Steven, to be honest with you.
So Hutch there sitting with top 2 pairs.
You know, he knows where he's at. He wants to see if this guy has an ace or not. Well, he got the information he wanted to hear. I like the raise also by Hutch. Some people would slow play 2 pair here, but you got to figure if the guy has ace king or ace queen, which is what you're hoping for,
absolutely.
you're going to get played back.
Absolutely. I love that play.
Yeah. If he doesn't have ace king or ace queen, you're not going to get any action anyway.
Right.
Wow.
Recording this? Are you really? Yeah, the reruns.
I haven't heard much from Alan here, huh?
No. I think he's just kind of in awe.
Yeah. Well, he's a little bit, a little bit overwhelmed in this game, I think. We'll see how he does. I'm rooting for him. Come on, Alan.
After what you just said about him earlier in the show, Dave?
Hey,
Come on.
I also said I like him. He's a great guy, and I do hope he proves me wrong. And he wins a lot of money, and he can throw it in my face.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. I wish that could happen. But I ask you, if you had $1,000, who's the last person at that table would you give it to?
Well, the last person I would
The
give
last
it to?
person you give it to at that table. Honestly.
You mean in terms of ability or who I would want to give it to?
Just it's your $1,000.
Yeah.
You have to give it to one of the players to play in.
Oh, it would probably be Alan's because I could get it back from him. That's what you're going at. Look at this. Amir has flopped top 2 pairs. He's got king 10. Flop is king 10 6. And look at this. It gets checked around. He chooses not to put money in there. A 9 comes on the turn. See if anybody's picked up some draws 7-10 there. And see, for Amir has checked it again, Dave.
Wow.
He's checked it again. A couple diamonds are out there. And now Jesus is going to get caught with his hand in the cookie jar there. Well, John's going to call with a gut shot, and you'd imagine that Amir is going to put in a pretty big check raise.
Well, Amir's I think he's a little upset about getting, losing a lot of chips. He's trying to make it all back now.
The bet was $1.25, and he's going to raise here.
500.
He's going to make it 500. So Amir, quite the slow player, it looks like, in the first part of the show.
Apparently.
We got a couple of people to bite. Well, if you've got aggressive people at the table, Dave, and you can get them to bet, not necessarily always,
Show me 2 cards.
the worst play to do that, but that's a kind of a coordinated board there. You never know if anyone's going to bet at it behind you.
But I think if Amir had like 3,000 in chips or something like that earlier, maybe he plays it a little harder. But when he's lost 1,500 in chips, I think he was okay. See if he can try to double up.
Well, not only does John have a gut shot, but he has a pair there, too. But if he caught his 7 or his 10, they both wouldn't be good.
Yeah. And he doesn't even know if his 8 is good. If he catches his gut shot, he doesn't even know if that's good. Amir could have had Queen Jack.
I do care. I don't mess.
Amir looks like he lost some weight, I got to tell you. I saw him a couple of years ago at the World Series, and, he was looking pleasantly plump, I might say. But now, he's looking svelte. Almost a little, dare I say, sexy. If you like that type.
Kicking my ass, big celebrity.
How many times have you been asked for an autograph? 40. A lot. Pot's been raised.
Amir is going to
How much money do I make for it?
raise it to 40. Can't quite see what he has there.
When you were on, I thought maybe you were sponsored by Nike. You had that hat on. I was like, oh, you probably get
Shan is going to call
that cash by Nike.
in seat 5.
Tell the director, do you know?
Shan makes a
you
call
don't
there with
bother
ace 10
people
offsuit.
who are losing?
Oh, look at this. Amir's got 3-4 offsuit.
In early position making a raise.
Wow. BB's in there. And Chan is in there, too.
In a tournament game, it might have a lot of effect. In a cash game, I'm not sure what it does.
Well, look at this flop, though. Now, Steven's got deuce 5. The flop is 5-3-7. Steven's got a pair. And BB's got a pair. And Amir there, he has bottom pair.
Now, the one thing I keep pointing out is, see, in a tournament game, Amir can raise with 3-4, and when he gets called by 2 people, he's pretty sure that he's the only person with those kind of garbage hands. Everybody else probably has ace-king or ace-jack.
Look at this. Steven immediately bets out on top pair, and Amir's going to call with people behind him. He's just going to smooth call with that 3-4. He has a gut shot to the 6 there, Dave.
Yeah.
And here we go. We're heads up. Deuce 5 against 3-4. The turn is an ace. And that could shut Steven down if Amir represents this ace in a raise on the turn here, or if Steven checks and Amir bets.
And that actually gives Amir a double gutter, a double gut shot, which is any deuce or 6 would give him a straight.
Now look at this. Now Steven checks, and you would think that Amir is probably going to bet here
He likes me.
with this ace. It's premier scare card, and like you said, he's double gutted there, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to check behind him.
Wow.
The river is a 10.
And Amir's got to know that he's got to bet if he's going to win this pot.
Steven has checked. And look at this. Amir's going to check behind him. Wow, and Steven's going to take it down there with a 5.
Yeah.
Boy.
I just don't understand the play there by Amir. I mean, who am I to criticize him? But you know what? I'm going to criticize him. I just don't. It's a raised pot. The pot is like $250, $300 pre-flop, right? There's a significant pot in there. Steven makes a bet like he's got a 7 or a 5, right? And then when he checks, you know he's got something, and he's hoping to check it down.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that Amir didn't take that one away.
I'm amazed that Amir didn't bet on the turn there, Dave. I mean,
a scary ace comes out.
Ace, you've double gutted.
It's clear.
You've got a big draw.
Your partner doesn't.
You've got a big draw and a pair.
Yeah,
and it's a premier scare card. Wow.
And he raised pre-flop.
Yeah.
I don't understand the play.
Again, if you want to comment on our comments, you can go to 2plus2.com. Tournament Poker, World Poker Tour, and other televised tournaments. Tell us what you think of that hand, because that was a special one, I think.
Yeah.
Wow, Amir's got pocket jacks. He raised, and seat 3 called, and seat 4's got pocket kings, and he's re-raised. That's John.
All in here.
And Amir has moved all in with his jacks, it looks like, and he's in big trouble.
Amir is playing this like a tournament, and he is just getting hosed.
He's going to push all in with what looks like, we're going to see the count.
About $900. Oh.
1060.
1060 with pocket jacks, Dave. And again, that's almost a type of bet where...
Well, I'll say one thing. In a cash game, you're only going to get called by kings or aces.
Yeah.
All right.
And look at this. See, John is not making an instant call. He's got to think about it here.
In a cash game, kings are just kings. You got to know that if somebody's moving all in, there's a good chance they've got aces.
Yeah. But do you think the question is do you think Amir would be, would he play it tricky with aces? Would he make this big re-raise with aces? Look at this. John's asking, do you have a pair yet?
Do you have a pair yet?
This would be an unbelievable laydown if John laid this down. I just don't think it's that much. It's only 1,000 more, Dave.
Yeah.
Kings against jacks, $1,000 over to John.
And Hutch is just sitting there. He's thinking, can I call with kings? This guy have aces or what?
All right, I call.
Oh, he's going to call. He's going to call.
And look, he even asked, do you have aces?
Oh, boy. And Amir's in trouble.
Amir's in serious trouble here. He's going to go through about $3,000 real quick.
You're supposed to limp with jacks.
Well, 10, queen, queen.
A couple diamonds out there, but neither player has a diamond in their hand.
The turn is another 10. And the river is a 5. And just like that, Amir has gone through... Boy, he sat down with right around 3,000. Well, he's going to come in for more, Dave, so that's going to answer our question about him.
Yeah.
Oh, nice, guys.
Oh, he's tipping. Oh, maybe he's not coming in for more. I think he was just tipping the dealer. And it looks like Amir's had his fun.
Amir Vahidi
blinds.
You know what's great about this show? I can tell you, I don't think you ever see Amir Vahidi on TV playing like this.
Yeah,
you know?
that was an unbelievable.
And we saw
series of
Amir
events.
Vahidi. I mean, he was probably the biggest fish in the game.
He was a show.
You know? And when I say fish, for any of you beginners out there, a fish is known as a live person, somebody who's going to lose their money quicker than the rest of them, I guess, right?
It got moved.
I mean, I tell people this all the time, and they don't seem to believe me, that we've watched so much cash play. Cash games are different than tournaments.
Oh.
People don't know who the good cash players are. And if a tournament player with a loose, aggressive style thinks he can come into a cash game, bully people around, and run them over like he can in a tournament, you got another thing coming for you. It's a different game.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean,
It's a different game.
I got to be honest with you. If I had a couple $1,000 and I had to back a player, I would sooner put it on one of our favorites, Jonas,
Mo.
Mo,
Yeah.
sooner than Amir Vahidi or, say, Daniel Negreanu, somebody like that. It's just a different kind of game.
Well, Daniel Negreanu plays a lot of high. I don't know if that necessarily translates there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. 5-9-4 here, a couple of spades. Mark there, he's got a flush draw and a pair.
Dr. Beebe's got a couple of 8s here. Let's see if he wants to play. This is one of those places, if I had the
Right,
8 of
heads
spades
up.
in my hand, I'm
Yeah.
more inclined to make the call.
The turn is a 10. And now Mark has 2 pairs in a flush draw.
Mark's just huge here. Dr. Beebe is drawing to 1 out.
60.
It's got to be the 8 of diamonds.
And he's only going to throw in a $60 bet there. So he's probably convinced that BB is not on a spade draw if he's on a spade draw. And BB makes the
Wow.
call, and BB's going to have that board paired or an 8. And look at this, it's a 4.
Well, there you go, the board paired.
But that's not going to do it there. Tens and 4s with a full house. Mark is good.
Yep.
Yeah. And actually, the board pairing there with the 9 wouldn't have done anything because Mark had that higher 2 pair. with the
No,
10.
exactly right.
Yeah. He's going to bet 115 now, and BB called the turn. Maybe he'll call the river here.
Yeah, we'll say. Well, if he thought his 10 was good there, it's not like it was a 4 spades. If he puts the guy in a flush draw, then he's got to think that his hand's still good. Unless he thought he'd put him on a 4 with a flush draw.
Now he's
Wow.
going to make a crying call there, and
That-
Mark's going to take it down.
That looked like a crying call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just his body language.
Yep.
One thing, we are live at the bike. We are unedited, unrehearsed. So once in a while you'll hear us make a mistake. And that's because we're completely unedited, completely live, unrehearsed. We see it like you see it. And
Okay, now it's small.
And
although
you know,
we're
as I-
close to being perfect, we're not quite there yet.
Yeah, and as I tell people, all the other poker shows that are on television, as we tell this to the people watching on the Poker Channel, they all do their commentary after the fact.
Oh, yeah.
And sometimes we get a little criticism from people saying, well, how did you miss that? Well, we're calling over, anywhere from 200 to 500 hands over the course of a couple of days, a week, a night, depending on how fast the game goes. And, you're liable to make some mistakes as things go really, really fast.
5 40.
Of course, you can make comments, questions, suggestions. Go to 2plus2.com, spelled out. Click on Tournament Poker, World Poker Tour, and other televised tournaments, and we are right there. And we are doing a $1,000 minimum, no limit hold'em game, unrestricted buy-in.
Steven makes it $85 with 2 black 7s.
And that was a re-raise there, it looked like. Couldn't see if there was just a
Right
couple
here
of
was the raise
limpers.
there?
Yeah, it was just a couple limpers in the raise there, Dave.
I'll tell you, Jesus is really playing. He had a nice raise, nice call. He's playing really well tonight.
And here we go. Wow, Jack 5 deuce. Look at this. 2 hearts out there. Jesus has got the wheel draw and the nut flush draw. John has a pair in a flush draw, the same flush draw.
150.
And Steven has the best hand with pocket 7s.
Wow.
Stevens is going to bet 150. Jesus is going to call. And John is going to call. We're looking at about a $700 pot here to the turn. The turn is a jack.
That's got to be a scary card for Steven. Let's see what happens here.
It's a $700 pot here.
Somebody makes a move
yeah,
on him.
I mean-
I don't think he has enough money, actually.
Oh, yeah, he's going to push all in right here, Dave.
4 1/4.
For 4 1/4. So the pot is now $1,100 400 to call. You know, if you're Jesus and you think one of your overcards is good with your flush draw and your wheel draw there, you might make this call, getting about 3 to 1.
Well, Steven certainly played it like he has a pocket pair.
But if Jesus calls, you can't think John's going to call.
It's tough to.
And Jesus is going to make the call.
Although Hutch is actually thinking there, he's thinking that he's possibly thinking that if he can hit his flush, he can win a big pot off Jesus.
So now it's about a $1,500 pot, 400 to call, and I think Hutch is going to go away here. And Jesus has got a lot of outs here to the river.
He needs a 4, a heart, or an ace.
Yep. 4, a heart, or an ace to the river. Oh, it's a queen. Steven survives.
I got pocket 7s.
And that's good. Wow, what a draw. I was going to say, I totally agree with you, Dave, there. If Steven bet there on the turn, he had more money. Ace 3 with the ace 3 of hearts with the top pair pairing there is a great time to make a huge move.
Oh, without a doubt.
Huge move.
It's almost like you smooth calling with King Jack or something.
Right,
Theoretically,
right,
you're playing, you're representing King Jack. And then when another Jack comes out, then you put him a nice raise in there. See what happens.
Oh, you got to pay $15? I'll come over to your house. Take me a copy, would you? Did I sign that I can't take a copy? It's my already a copy of this?
Once again, if you like what you see and you want to check out all the action, we've got probably 700 hours or over 700 hours now logged in our archives. You can access the archives, click on the on-demand banner, and for just $14.95 a month, you can see all of this. Plus, you have access to a Howard Lederer how-to video.
Yep.
And that is $14.95 in American money, not pounds.
Yes.
So it's almost nothing over the pond.
Right.
We don't shop.
And Jesus has pretty much been in line here. He doesn't seem to have a partner in crime at the table he's going to mix it up with. Last week we saw him playing with Mike, Corporation Mike. We all know him as Baldy. And he was kind of mixing it up together, and they were both bluffing and having a lot of fun, and the game was crazy. But without Mike at the table, it's kind of a little tamer tonight.
Yeah.
Which is okay. We're seeing some really great action.
He can play over. I can play over. I would play over. Oh, now it's open? Just go, 100. Have to talk to the foreman to see if somebody wants to play over.
Dr. Beebe's got 2 red kings, a couple of red cowboys. Makes it 70 to go. And he's not going to get any action here. And a local professional poker player, Ernie, won the third Legends tournament last night. Yep. He won his third Legends tournament. He won the Limit Hold'em, $300 buy-in, and took in a $26,000 prize pool.
So we can see the chip count here real quick. Alan's got the most chips, but he bought in for the most chips there in seat 6. Jesus has got about 3,500. BB's got about 3,000. And the rest of the folks are hovering a little under 2,000 there.
That's been raised to 60.
Jesus is going to raise to 60.
And Ernie Scherer, he is a professional poker player. He used to be worked in the business world, some sort of credit card operation, and he plays poker full time now. I see him here playing. He plays some high limit mixed games all the time.
All right. Queen Jack 8, couple of spades. Steven's got top pair there in seat 8. Jesus has got the King Jack. Let's see if he bets on it in position. Well, Steven bet 100 there with the Queen, and Steven smooth and Jesus smooth called. So we're going to see a turn. The turn is an ace, and now that gives Jesus a monster draw. Boy, if Steven checks here, you would think Jesus might want to put a bet in. But Steven's going to keep firing. 100,
That's
Dave.
a pretty weak
That's kind of
bet.
like one of those stop bets, but Jesus just makes the call there.
Yeah.
Wow. And the river is an 8, and Steven is going to take this one down.
And
You know, we talk about sometimes, Dave, you say, well, do stop bets work? They work a lot against people who tend to not show a lot of aggression there.
Right.
With that hand, King Jack of clubs, you got a straight draw, you got the nut flush draw, you have a pair, an ace comes on the turn. Boy,
Yeah.
you might have put in a raise there.
Well, it was kind of a value bet. At the same time, it was kind of a, I'm comfortable calling 100, so I'm comfortable betting 100.
Right.
I hope you don't raise. But yes, Jesus had a huge draw. Any 10, any jack, any king, and any club
All big.
gives him the winner.
Oh, Mo is back, the ever-lovable Mo. So, Dave, you're saying that you would give your money to Mo.
At this table here,
Yeah.
who would I give my money to? I would probably give my money to Mo at
Absolutely.
this table.
He's just got great poker sense, though,
He's
too.
got great instincts.
Yeah.
He really does. He knows how to change gears, which is really important in cash games. Actually, obviously in tournaments as well. He knows how to make his game apparent here. Jesus has got a couple of red nines. Let's see how the flop hits him. And,
10-4-4. And Chan there in seat 5's got a suited 10, queen 10.
Dr. Beebe's got top pair as well. Chan's going to have kicker problems here.
Yeah. And Jesus is the better.
It's not a bad flop for two red nines, is it?
Yeah.
To the fact that it was six-handed. You got to think that it might not be good.
Chan calls. And it looks like BB check called as well.
I would have loved the check raise there from Dr. Beebe. See where he's at.
Turn is a jack. Look at this. BB checks and Jesus
130?
bets again. He's going to bet 130. And Chan calls again.
This is a perfect time for a check raise here. Come on, Dr. Beebe.
And BB folds. I was going to say, I think he's going to fold, Dave.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
that's a pretty meek play.
The river's a 3. Jesus bets again.
300.
He's going to bet 300.
I think Chan's going to call it. And he is.
And he is going to call. Dr. BB cannot be happy
9.
with the fact that he mucked the best hand here.
10.
See if we can see Dr. BB over there in seat 7.
And honestly, the flop was where to find out at the action. He checked it, which is fine. He checks top pair. Then he gets a bet and a call. And if he puts a nice check raise in there, he probably loses at least one of them, if not both of them. And he takes
Yeah.
the pot down right there. And he takes control of the pot. So I know earlier, now that we have the camera in our production room, we can see the way we look, obviously.
100.
And the people at home can put a face to the voice, you know?
Who
always
looks
find that
better
interesting.
dressed, you or I? That's the question. I don't know. I
Well,
like the
certainly
Chelsea.
you're better dressed. I'm just better looking.
I thought it was the other way around, actually. That's
But
what I
I'm
was trying to
folks.
hint on. Pocket queens here for seat 4. And Jesus has made a call to a raise. Flop is a king jack 6. Look at this check. The turn is a 4. That gives Jesus an open-ended straight draw. He's going to bet at it in position. No, he checks.
150.
And seat 4 is going to bet 150 here.
Now, with one card to go, he clearly does not have the odds to go for this.
How about a check raise, though, here?
Check raise here would probably win it.
No, he's just going to call. Now let's see the river. River's a 9.
This is probably going to go check.
Pocket queens is going to take
And
it down.
Jesus rarely bluffs at the river. We've seen that.
Down.
Rarely does he actually bluff at the pot, at the river. Now, we've seen him do it on the flop. He'll throw in money like that. But on the river like that, usually he'll check it down if he misses his draw.
Do you want to repost over there? Or do you want to wait till it comes?
And for anybody that does see us, I am actually a huge Chelsea fan. They play in the Premiership in
You
England.
can wait till it comes.
And huge fan. My father-in-law is actually all my in-laws and my wife, they're all British. And he introduced me to soccer or football, as they call it over there. And huge Chelsea fan.
$30, you're coming.
And I actually used to live across the street from Stamford Bridge for a while there.
Oh, really? Well, that's pretty cool. Here's a little props for Chelsea. Chelsea won their first league title in 50 years this year.
I was there in Britain at the time that they were playing in the Champions League back in spring of 2000.
Okay.
After they had finished third that year from '99.
They actually had their best finish in the Champions League, the European Champions League this year.
Yeah.
Lost a heartbreaker to Liverpool. And then Liverpool went on to beat Milan in one of the, craziest games ever. Down 3-0 and then came back. It was just amazing. In American terms, it's almost the equivalent of when the Buffalo Bills came back to beat the Tennessee Oilers, Houston Oilers, at the time, when they were down 35-0 at halftime. It's almost the equivalent. It's crazy.
It's funny here, someone's giving you a little flack about your comment about Daniel Negreanu. And I knew that you were going to take a little flack. I don't know if that was the best example that you might have given. And this person, Funky Worms, is saying that Daniel, this is on 2+2, he says Daniel Negreanu plays, 1,500 to 3,000 and 4-8 cash games. But he said if you were to say the same thing about Cloutier or Phil Hellmuth, he would agree.
Okay, they might play. I'll be honest with you, I can't talk about Negreanu. I've never played with him.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard really much about him in terms of cash games. All these players can play those big games. And so Negreanu does. But does he win in those games? I don't know. Or is most of his winnings from tournament? I have no idea. All I know is that most cash game pros, salivate over the thought of any tournament pro.
Oh, absolutely. And I have to totally agree with you. Absolutely. I got a special place in my heart for Daniel Negreanu, so stop picking on him. Man.
Okay. He's a gentleman. I played with him. Played with him in tournaments. He's a really nice guy. I'd never played cash games with him, so I don't know.
No, he does that, the challenge there at the win. Obviously, that's heads up. That's a lot different.
Yeah.
But he does play in those big cash games. I saw him here in L.A. at the L.A. Poker Classic playing 4,000, 8,000 against
Did he win?
Some of the great cash players. Chip Reese,
right.
Doyle
Did he
Watson.
win?
I can't answer
I got to tell you, in a cash game, I'll put my money on Chip Reese.
Well,
Chip Reese is one of the best of all. He's just amazing. Tournament, though, hey, I like Negreanu.
Four-way action here. It's limped around. Queen, Jack, Jack. Seat number 5 there. Chandy's got Queen, Deuce. This gets checked around. Turn is a Jack. Boy, Jesus is playing a soft variety of poker here, Dave, compared to what we've seen before.
Yeah.
Jesus is going to move over to seat 6 now, Dave. Chan's going to bet here on top pair, and he's going to take it down.
Well, Jesus, actually, he's probably up about $3,000 tonight, 2,500. Having a good night.
And the other thing, I got to defend you when you were saying about the biggest fish in the game tonight was Amir. Now, he necessarily might not be the biggest fish in a cash game, but he played like it. No one can disagree with us about that tonight. There's absolutely no way anyone can say any different thing about the way that he played tonight.
Hey, the same thing, Negreanu, he might actually, like I said, I've never played a cash game with him. He might be a great cash game player. Amir Vahidi, on a normal basis, might be a great game.
Right.
There are times where I'm great, and there are times where I sit in a game, and I'm the biggest fish in the game.
Yeah.
And obviously, on this given night, it just wasn't Amir's night.
And Mo's got pocket jacks. He makes it 125 to go. Allen has switched seats over there to seat 1. He's got ace-king offsuit. He makes a smooth call. Oh, look at this. BB's going to call with a queen-jack.
Wow.
Offsuit in early position. Look at this. Mo wants to put in money for seat 8. Seat 8's got a 7. Looks like a 7-8 offsuit there.
Yeah.
If I win, it's mine.
Actually, 7-8 is the one hand I don't want in there if I have jacks. 7-8 suited.
7-8 suited, well.
That's the one hand I don't want in there if I'm jacks, because that's the one I can't see.
Right.
An ace or a king come out there, I know Allen's got me. It's not a big deal.
The three-way action, it's about a $400 pot to the flop. Well, what a flop that would have been for 7-8. King 6-8, 2 spades.
Wow.
And Allen's got top pair here.
And I got to be honest, I was surprised 7-8 Steven didn't call with 7-8 suited.
Especially with all that money behind for only 125.
Getting multi-way action.
300.
Yeah, Mo's going to bet 300. Let's see what Allen does here. Oh, he's just going to make it. Oh, he's going to push all in. He doesn't have much more money left, Dave. And you would think that odds might even justify Mo calling here if it's only maybe $100 more or so.
Yeah, he knows where he's at, though.
Yeah.
Mo does have a jack of spades. So he's got, runner, spade out as well.
See how much more is it? It's $265 more, Dave. He threw in a $200 bet. Wow. Looks like he wants to make a call here, but he's way behind if he does.
Yeah, I think he knows he's behind. It's just a matter of, do I have the pot odds to call or not?
Well, not if the guy has ace-king, right?
With 2 cards to go, he's got 2 outs to jacks, and he's got...
gets an extra out to a running spade
right, if he's got ace-king, and neither one's a spade.
The pot was about 600 there when Mo put the bet in, 800. And look at this, Allen raises it so it was 1,000. So he's getting about 5 to 1 on his wonder there, dude.
Not quite enough, but if he puts the guy on, maybe if he has ace-queen of spades or something, then it's...
The turn is a 4 of clubs. And the river is a 9.
Allen takes it down.
An 8-7 wouldn't have gotten there.
No.
Well,
Would
again...
have picked up a gut shot on the turn, too.
Yeah.
He's still not gotten there.
Again, I mean, you look at that. I mean, the pot was $400 pre-flop. Mo put a $200 bet in there on the flop. Allen makes the call and then raise, so that's $800 in there. Plus he raises to $260 more. So you're looking at about $1,050, and you've got $260 to call.
Yeah.
So he's getting about 4.5 to 5 to 1 odds.
Probably not enough for 2 outs.
Probably not. Yeah.
I guess Mo maybe looks at it and goes, maybe 1 out of 7 or 8 times Allen's going to be have ace-queen of spades.
Right. You got to look at the range of hands. He could have ace plus the second pair, whatever that was. I think it was 8.
Right.
8 or ace 8 or something like that. So obviously, if he had seen what Allen had, he wouldn't have made the
And there
call.
you go, Allen. Allen doubles up. Put it in my face. There you go. Good job. One thing they do say, I always say they say, who's they? I never know. But anyway, one thing that a lot of people say is that it's much easier for cash players to possibly succeed in a tournament than it is for tournament players to consistently succeed in a cash game. We've seen time and time again, I know Alan Cunningham plays in cash games and does pretty well, and I know Gabe Kaplan has also done well in some tournaments, and he's a very profitable cash player.
And it's a $175 raise there by seat number 3. Oh, he's got pocket queens, and we haven't seen. We've seen him play a pretty tight variety of poker. And actually, somebody posted up on the 2+2 forum there, Dave. That's a good point. This is Funky Worms. Negrano, now I remember, he actually posts up his cash game results on his website, fullcontactpoker.com. So you can answer your own question.
Yeah, I mean, results are one thing. For me to judge how a player plays, well, I think for you too, you've got to play with them.
Yeah.
Because somebody can tell me they play great in cash games, and then I play with them and I go, maybe you've done well this 6-month period or this year period. Let's see how you do over 6 years, because consistency is that. And like I said, Negrano was just an example. He could be a great cash game player for all I know. I was just using him as a well-known tournament personality.
Right. Maybe not the best example.
Maybe not.
Mo has raised here at a 75. He's got Jack-9 suited. He makes that raise, it looks like, under the gun.
I think Dr. Beebe's got ace-king.
Yeah, ace-king there, and looks like the small blind.
And he just takes a flop. Wow.
And we're looking at about a $300 pot to the flop. Queen,
Bam.
10, Jack.
Not bad for ace-king, huh?
Yep, BB has flopped the nut straight. Mo's got a pair and a straight draw. And BB checks the nut straight. Let's see if Mo makes one of these bets. Well, Mo's on short stack, and boy, that's going to be a pretty easy call there for BB.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know about that bet. Maybe he's trying to get somebody off of who's just got a lone king there.
Well, if somebody's only got a king and if somebody doesn't have a queen, and he did raise pre-flop, so I give him credit, Yeah. Actually, and if somebody else doesn't have ace-king, they might put him on ace-king.
Right.
Although I can't imagine him playing ace-king that way.
And now BB says he calls, and Mo's obviously he's in big trouble.
He needs a runner full house or a runner straight to tie him.
The turn is an 8. He's made the lower end of the straight.
Yeah, he's now drawing dead.
Yep. Yeah, he makes trip jacks. BB turns over the ace-king.
And when the 8 comes, it's kind of funny. Mo obviously doesn't want the king to come. He doesn't want the ass end of the straight. When the 8 comes, he's got to think, maybe I'm good here. Maybe Dr. BB had king-queen. But not to be.
Well, we've got to be equally critical of all players. I don't know about that move there by Mo.
Yeah.
And we said we'd put all his money on. We'd put all our money on him.
Yeah. Well, not all my money. I put 1,000. Well, there you go. I better go outside and give him $1,000 then. Hey, it's one thing about poker, you know. One day, you know, one hand it can make you look like a genius, and the next hand it can make you look like a schmuck. You know.
Looks like this pot was limped around. 9-5-4. Mo there, he's got king 9. He rebought. See how much he'll rebuy in there for.
And sometimes I've seen Mo do that with his first buy-in, kind of play like you know, kind of recklessly and almost give away his first 1,000, and then he buys in for more money and he kind of mixes it up then.
Well, he's bought in for 3,000.
Yeah, his first buy-in was only $1,000, so let's see if he plays it a little closer to the vest now.
Wow, the turn is a king. Now Mo's made kings up.
500. How much are you playing?
2,000.
And he's going to bet 500, it sounds like.
And Hutch is drawing dead. Actually, not drawing, I'm sorry. 5 comes out, it's fine.
Only 28 more.
He's got 2 outs.
523 outs. This card worry you at all?
He shows the deuce and he says, does this card worry you at all? And Mo takes it down.
500, huh?
And you see here, one thing about Mo is he'll adjust the style to the game he's playing, and here he's kind of being more of the crazy guy, as opposed to when Mike and Jesus, although he's in the game anyway, when Jesus in the game was already really crazy, Mo kind of lays back.
Yeah.
Are you joking me? I blocked the two-pair. I would fold the two-pair? You must be kidding me. You must be kidding me. I see one jack I can fold. Blocking up 5 minutes.
Four-way action.
Limped around.
9 deuce 3. Couple of diamonds.
105.
The $105 bet.
So I put you on. I put you on the 8 of hearts.
And then Jesus takes it down there with ace high.
Hey, once again, we are live at the bike. This is unedited, unrehearsed. I am David Tuckman, and I'm here with the infamous, or famous,
Infamous.
Bart Hansen.
Infamous. Well, he's wearing the Chelsea shirt here. He's a Friar Tuck. Like I said, Mr. Chelsea, whatever you want to call him.
There you go.
English Dave.
English Dave, yeah. Hardly. Hardly. When I go to England with my wife, I stand out like a sore thumb. Although they have some great beer on tap, I tell you.
Oh. I love bitter beer. Boddington's bitter, and I tell people,
Yeah.
they say, what's bitter beer?
Yeah.
It's a type of brew. It's different from lager.
It's great.
Yeah. Ace Jack 9.
Alan's got top pair here.
He's going to bet out with the ace deuce, $50.
That's nice. See where you're at here. Problem is if you get called, then what happens?
And I love the English pubs, Dave, where they actually pump the tap. Pump the tap.
Right. One thing amazing about England, I'll say.
And they spell draft D-R-A-U-H-G-H, which is the correct way to spell it.
Yeah, okay.
Draft, with the T at the end.
I'm just interested in not spelling it, but yeah. One thing that's amazing though, when I was there and I was visiting my wife's grandfather and her whole family, one thing that's just amazing is I think all I do when I'm there is drink. It's like I wake up in the morning and I have like a baked potato and salad for lunch, which is, and I have a drink, I have beer. And then I have happy hour and I have more beer. And then I go pub lunch and I have more beer. And then I have after dinner drinks and more beer. A lot of beer.
Yeah. It's like wine in Italy.
Exactly.
Now, it's interesting to see Mo had ace-3 offsuit there in the cutoff, and he folded. Now, obviously, that's not the most exciting thing you'd ever see, but a lot of people, even in cash games, Dave, they seem to overplay ace-rag even at this level. Now, obviously, in a tournament, you probably would bring that in for a raise, especially if you were up to a level where there are antes and blinds.
Right.
But in this game, if you even flop an ace and you've been called by some of the blinds, you don't know where you're at. And if you don't flop an ace, I think ace-rag is one of the toughest hands to play, even in position, when you've represented some sort of strength pre-flop.
Yeah, the problem with ace-rag is, like you were saying, even when you do flop your ace, you usually end up winning a small pot,
right,
or you lose a big one.
Right.
Rarely are you going to win a big pot with ace-3.
Yeah.
The only time you win a big pot with ace-3 is, you get
the wheel.
You get really lucky, you flop a wheel and somebody's flopped a set.
Right.
Because you got to think of things, what can I flop and somebody else has a really good second best hand to get paid off on. Another time, sometimes you can win with ace-3 is if somebody raises with ace-king and you call with ace-3 and you get lucky enough to flop 2 pair. But yeah, it's just, most players know that ace-rag is just garbage.
Three-way action. Deuce 3-7, couple of hearts. Jesus looks like he's betting $125 here. And he's going to take it down.
One thing's kind of exciting about this show is, you know how the World Poker Tour and ESPN's World Series of Poker has literally made poker celebrities overnight out of a bunch of players. And mostly, obviously, tournament players. And my hope for our webcast and our show is that it makes, celebrities out of these cash game players.
Yeah.
Mo and Jesus and all these guys, and new players, obviously, that we come in every day.
Yeah. Pocket aces here for seat 2. That's Mark. We haven't heard a lot from him. And he's going to be the first one to bring it in. So he's trying to figure out, can I get a caller here?
70.
He's going to raise to 70. C4 is going to call. He's got 8-10 of hearts in position. That's the type of hand that could bust a big pair. I think pairs can take a little more heat, Dave. But, let's see. Suited connectors are usually going to have to pick up some sort of draw. And look at Jesus. He's going to make the call with 10-3 offsuit, it looks like.
Yeah, maybe the flop will come out 10-8-3. We'll get a lot of action.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. For some reason, I have a feeling that the aces are vulnerable here. Wow. Ace, queen, jack.
Well, it is vulnerable. A king comes out, and they both have a straight.
Yeah. 2 clubs. And Mark is not going to screw around with this flop. Pot's about $200.
190.
He's going to bet a little under the size of the pot.
It's scary. Even though he has a set of aces here, it's not a flop to mess around with. People play kings, people play tens.
First time I've had your favorite dessert.
He also does not have a club in his hand for the redraw.
That's my favorite too.
And if I'm correct here, John has a double gutter. He could catch a 9 or a king for a straight.
That's a good catch. I didn't see that.
Yeah. He's got
Sometimes
a
those
double
gutters are hard to see.
Yeah. A 9 or a king would give him the straight.
I was about to say John's got no business being in there, especially with 2 clubs out there.
Yeah.
But you know what? If the price is right and he thinks he can break his opponent, he thinks he can break Mark, he might want to take one off.
Oh, he's got a muck.
I have ace 10.
Jesus says he has ace 10. And he mucks.
And you don't get much Mark's not going to get much action. He doesn't give much action, so he's not going to get much action.
The next card on the turn was a 5 of clubs. Again, Doyle Brunson always said about those double gutters, they're tough to see.
Yeah.
I mean, if a 9 comes, what do you put the guy? I guess you could think that he might have been calling with a king 10. But, excuse me, king 10 would have been a straight. He would have been calling with, it would have been difficult to figure out what he called with a 9 when he completed his hand. That's the thing, yeah.
Now, there was a play there for Hutch to make in seat 4. If he puts the guy in a big pair like kings or aces or something like that, or even a set, theoretically. Now, set, obviously, it's a little harder for him to get away from. But if you put him on a big ace, and a third club comes out there, you can represent that as well. And you can almost consider that an out if you think you can bluff a guy out.
You could be looking at it and like, well, I've got, which in essence is an open-ended straight draw in terms of outs, plus the representation that I could bluff him off of a flush.
Right. Now, we obviously knew with a set of aces, I don't think Mark was going to go anywhere, but obviously Hutch doesn't know that.
Well, seat 5 has aces now. It's Chan.
What do you
He probably just thought that...
He's going to raise to 80, and here's the old Jesus. He's going to make a call with king 9, offsuit.
I don't think he was really trying.
Do you have a feeling that these aces are callable? Let's hope so.
Looks like seat 8 is in there, too. He's got a jack 8 suited.
Wow. He doesn't call 8-7 suited.
It's actually jack 8 offsuit. Jack 8 offsuit. You make a great point there, Dave.
Still don't send the play.
Deuce 3, 5. Deuce 4, 3, 4, 5 on the flop.
But I can see how you feel tricked. But I don't think that was his intention.
250.
And Chan is going to bet 250, and he's going to take it down.
Yeah, I don't understand the play by Steven.
Yep.
You get a multi-way pot before. I think Mo had raised it to $100 with pocket jacks. 2 callers, and he looks down at 8-7 suited in the big blind, and he throws it away. That's the kind of hand I want there. And then here, he calls a raise with only 1 caller with jack 8 offsuit.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Why didn't you still play the aces? Why didn't you still play the aces?
Here we go to the flop. 7-way action, linked around.
I feel like I'm back in the 3rd grade. I got
Jack 10, 9.
You think Mark likes the flop?
3 checks.
Wow, Mark has flopped the nut straight.
I'm not used to playing poker this regimen.
This is the guy that had aces before.
100.
And nothing like seat 1 betting right into you. He's got the bottom end of the straight, Dave. 7, 8, 9, 10 jack.
It's a good thing my mom...
Bottom end against top. And look at this. King Queen's just going to make a smooth call. Wow.
And Jesus, I bet he was going to call as well with an open-ended straight draw.
And he does call. What do you think about just smooth calling there? A couple clubs on.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, you can have an action killer. You can run yourself into a chop. Here we go.
Action
see
killer
the turn.
being more of the...
Turn is a 6. Well, he gets a red blank. That's good. And Alan's going to bet here again. He's going to bet 100.
100.
You would imagine that Mark should raise now.
I would imagine. You just don't want somebody in there with clubs.
Yeah.
Raise 400.
And he's going to raise 400. And Alan might push here, Dave. We talked about him being a provider.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. He's going to make it 400.
Well, there's only one hand that can beat him.
So the pot is about $900 now. 400 back to Alan to call.
Actually, I take that back. There are 2 hands. He can also lose to, obviously, King, Queen, and Queen 8.
Right.
Are the only 2 hands that can beat him.
Well, I mean, I look at it as, why on earth would the guy smooth call with people behind me with King, Queen, unless he had King, Queen of clubs on the flop?
That's the only hand I can put. He has King, Queen of clubs. Why not smooth call it again?
Right.
Unless you don't want the action killer. Tough to put him on a hand here. Well, Mark's really played it very, very strangely here, so it's hard to put him on a hand.
My friend's a Notary Public. I can call him over.
Wow, Alan's going to make the laydown there.
Wow.
The laydown you don't see every day there, Dave.
I've seen that work before.
Unbelievable.
Oh, come on. We get to all see it on TV.
I'm not sure what Mark said to him, but whatever it was, Allen picked it up.
I had the low end. Yeah, I had 7-8 spades.
I tell you, I mean, Allen flopped. I mean, Mark flops the top end of the straight. He flops a set of aces, and he gets very little action.
Yeah. And again, there you go again. He didn't raise on the flop, and he made pretty much the absolute minimum he could have made off of the hand as
totally.
well. I mean, again, it's not a question of it's... Well, even in that case, the hand might not be good enough to slow play, but also the action killer, Dave. A queen comes, you've drawn to a chop. An 8 comes.
Club comes, yeah.
You know, something like that.
A whole bunch of things.
Yeah. An 8 comes, no one has a queen, you know, something like that. Getting back to the conversation we had about beer, you know, there are certain types of stouts that you can't really get in this country. And I'm going to give a little free advertisement to these companies. Hopefully they will sponsor the show later on. Beamish.
Even if they don't sponsor,
Beamish.
maybe they can send us a six-pack.
Chocolate Beamish. It's a stout.
I don't know it. No, I don't know.
Kind of like Guinness. And
Very
that's
good.
Irish, but a lot of stuff that you can't get in this country.
Yeah, Guinness on tap is one of my favorites. I
Yeah.
just
Stella Artois, which is a Belgian beer that you can't really... I mean, you can get it over here, but over there it seems like it's very, very common.
and it's much better.
Yes. Ace 6-10, couple of spades.
Chan's got a gut shot.
And so does Steven. And he's going to bet 200. And he's going to take it down. And actually, you know, it's kind of a... They treat it a little bit as a kind of a foo-foo drink, but hard cider is very popular over there.
Yeah.
Got your Blackthorn, your Strongbow.
Hey, I mean, accuse me of being a woman. I don't care. I like it. It's good stuff.
Yeah. Boy, and it's strong, too. We're talking 7-8%.
No, without a
Alcohol.
doubt. Go in there and you have a couple of pints of that. You know.
Yeah. You're on the floor. I remember I used to buy this stuff called K. It was an Australian cider, 8.2%. A pound for a pint at the Packy store. That's the East Coast term. That liquor store. And, boy, did that pack a punch. I wonder why I didn't remember what I was doing in the summer of 99 and 2000. And I had to go to Parliament every morning, too.
You had a good time.
Internship at an MP.
We got a couple of aces out there.
Ace
Steven's got an ace
4-3.
in Allen and Mo.
Yep.
75.
Steven's going to bet 75 here.
And Mo and Steven are really in bad shape here. Because they share their sixes. They share their kicker.
Raise 400.
Wow.
And Mo check raises here with ace 6. He check raises to 400. And Allen's not pleased. He looks like he's going to muck this without a second thought. Look at that.
Wow.
And now Steven with the weak ace.
And look at that. I got to tell you, Allen, he mucks bottom straight, the bottom end of the straight. Now he's mucking the big ace.
You're wrong.
You know what?
And they have the same hand.
I said I'm scared of you.
Yeah, because I'm a big blind, I can...
He's so scared, he raised it to 400.
Well, he wants to find out what I have right away.
And Steven's trying to think of what he can beat here.
If you don't pull up,
And since there are no clubs, since there are no clubs out there, Steven is actually free rolling if he were to call. If runner, spade were to come out there. There are no diamonds out there, I'm sorry.
But Mo knows the position that he's in. He's representing, basically two pairs. Could have flopped a wheel.
Oh, yeah, he's representing definitely
Yeah.
a made hand already. And that's the thing with Steven. He's got to know that it's not just this bet. He's going to face another bet.
And now Mo knows that the guy has a weak ace. Or maybe not even that weak. Oh, look at this. And then let's see how Mo plays it now. Now he probably thinks he's on a Spain draw. The turn is an 8. And let's see how much Mo bets here. And look at the amount. Like I said, Dave, Mo knows what the guy has.
Well, this is going to put Steven all in,
Yeah.
I believe.
Looks like Mo bet about 800 there. 1,200. 1,200.
Into about an $1,100 pot. So he bet pretty much the pot there.
And that's a really tough call for ace-6 offsuit to make here, Dave.
Yeah. I thought it was a tough call on the flop, but hey. That's the problem with calling the flop. You got to know if you don't hit your 6 here, or you catch like some sort of like a 5 or something like that where it gives you a straight draw, then what do you do?
And now I think Mo knows exactly what the guy has, which is a weak ace, meaning probably an ace-jack or below. I don't think he would be thinking about this that long just on a pure flush draw.
Well, yeah, Mo doesn't think. I don't know if Mo knows he's ahead.
Yeah, or he's got the same hand.
Right, he doesn't know that.
Yeah,
that's right. Sorry. And neither player can actually win the pot. They both get it's a chop if it goes down there. I mean, there aren't many aces that Mo can beat there. Remember, it's only ace deuce and ace 5 he can beat.
We can run it 3 times?
Yes.
I thought maybe since it was,
I can't tell you.
And Mo is saying, no pair wins, right? Because you're on a flush draw, trying to do that reverse psychology thing.
2 or 3.
And this is, I mean, if Steven calls this, it's really, I mean, there's not much he can beat except the flush draw.
I can't.
And he's asking you want to run it a couple times if we call.
If I say it affects to your call or not. You know what I mean?
If Amir were here, he'd make you a sweet deal.
But Steven's not on a flush draw, Dave. That's the thing. So
I'm not
I mean,
sure why he wants to run it more than once. Run what? Let's see if he can get to 6. He's behind. I have a great idea. Since they're tied, why doesn't he call? We can run it 10 times. That'll make for some great TV. And when we refer to running it more than one time, which is what Steven asked him, sometimes in these no-limit games when all the money goes in the pot, they'll run the turn in the river more than one time.
I think he said call. Boy, that's a gutsy call.
And obviously they're not going to run it more than once here because they're going to see that they're both drawing dead, so it's going to be a tie.
Dave, I don't really like the call there. I just...
I hate it, to be honest with you. He's going to turn out to be okay.
Yeah.
If you're going to make this call, I would have rather him move all in on the flop.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And Mo might have laid it down.
Yeah. This is... He backed himself into a corner, and he's lucky that he has the same hand.
Yeah,
what if Mo's doing this with ace-7?
There's nothing he can beat except ace deuce or ace 5. I mean, except maybe a flush draw.
Open.
3 times?
Open.
He got me.
They have the same hand.
He got me. I know he got me.
Oh, same cards.
And look at that. Mo can't believe you made that call. Mo thought that he was done, Dave. He thought he was done.
Of course he did.
It's out.
That's a bug.
Nothing to yeah, but put the cards in.
And I'll get back to
card.
And I'll get back to running it. Sometimes when the pot is very, very large in these no-limit games, a long time ago what they did was because they didn't want the game to die, they didn't want the game to end, and if somebody went broke, sometimes these games would end, they decided to start running it more than once or twice. And that way, it kind of hedged their bets. So let's say somebody moved all in with a flush draw and the other guy called them with a set, they would run it 3 times. And usually, say, the set would win 2 times, the flush draw would win 1 time, and at least everybody would still have chips and the game would continue.
I told you, you got it right.
In this case, obviously, there's no point in running it more than once, though.
I can't believe he made that call.
Amazing. Now, in tournaments, obviously, you can never run it more than once.
Right.
But in a cash game, when it's your money, you can do it with as you please.
Okay.
Now, here at the Bicycle Casino, we don't allow you to chop the pot up. That could create some unethical situations where people might be cheating. But if you want to make a deal and run it more than once, we do allow that.
I thought you're gonna give me the.
Yeah, Mo must have thought he was dead there, huh?
Oh, Mo's got to think that he's... I mean, the guy's showing an ace. And it's like... I mean, come on. Give me a break.
And nobody has a card higher than 8.
And here we go. To the flop. It got limped around. Queen, Jack, 9. Yeah, it's like in these situations, I always find it amazing that sometimes Mo will throw a bet out when he senses no strength and pick this pot up. It gets checked around. The turn is a deuce. And he's in position on the button. Now, the board might be so coordinated that he's not going to do anything here.
It's amazing that everybody's missed this board. You look at it, Queen, Jack, 9. I mean, any 10, any Jack, any Queen.
Oh, Mo's going to check it from behind. The river's a 5.
And Steve is with the best hand here.
You got to pay.
50.
And
Even like chicken eggs.
see, 2 there
Bet all days.
is going to bet on a bluff, and he's going to take it down.
Wow.
I told him.
Everyone seemed disinterested in there. I mean, obviously no one had a Queen, Jack, or 9.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's one thing that I always find amazing in this no-limit game. Sometimes you're playing like 3-5 and 7-8 because you think your cards are live. And
Right.
you figure everybody else is playing high cards. But it's funny when everybody thinks the same exact thing.
Service. He has a question.
Well, Bart, I think I'm going to take a 5-minute break, or a 10-minute break, leave you alone here, and come back at about 8 o'clock, okay?
yeah, we'll see you there.
Okay.
I was scared of him. I wouldn't have this chat. I had both of you, man.
Small blind.
I told this chat.
So here we go. Looks like the pot is linked around.
Looks like I have 2 pairs.
I honestly thought you were on the flush draw.
6 places.
6-way action here to the flop. King, 10, Queen. Couple of diamonds out there. Seat number 5 has got a Jack 10. That's Chan, but Jesus is going to
It
bet.
used to be full.
He's got King 5. He's got top pair,
Now if they change it just because
and
of
he's
the
bet $50.
distance.
$150 is actually a bet. A white and 50 in yellows. The King 5. Remember, King, Queen, 10 on the flop. 2 diamonds. And Chan makes the call with a pair and an open-ended straight draw. 3 of hearts comes on the turn. Heads up, Chan against Jesus. Jesus looks like he's betting 500 here. And again, Chan has a pair and an open-ended straight draw. And the way that he's played tonight, I would imagine that he's probably going to lay this one down. And he does. And Jesus takes it down.
Thank you.
Well, seat 6 is going to bring this one in for 80. Jesus, looks like he's got ace 10 suited. Dr. Beebe's going to call, but we haven't heard much from the doctor. The doctor is a professor of research and statistical analysis at university. I asked him before the show, does the statistics help his play? And he says, no, I don't really pay attention to the statistics. So I thought that was interesting. Jack, deuce 4, a couple of diamonds. Chan's flop top pair there in seat 5. He's in the lead there with Jack 10. And look at Dr. BB Bluff. Dr. Big Bluff. He's going to bet 130 here with 8-10 of clubs. Now, unfortunately for him, somebody did hit the flop. Jesus mucks and Chan calls. So, now last week Dr. BB continued to bet. An ace comes on the turn. And if BB bets again here, he might take it down. And he's going for purple chips. And he's going to bet
250.
perhaps representing a flush. Now if you're Chan, what can you beat? You only have Jack 10. Can't imagine that he's going to make this call. BB's played tight all night. And he's bet $250 here on the turn. He could have an ace, he could have a flush, sets, 2 pairs. Chan only has a weak Jack here. Dr. BB tends to, he makes a couple of moves, 2 or 3 times a night, and really, really tough to give him a lot of action because he's so tight. Chan's gonna muck, and BB takes it down on a bluff. Nice play, Dr. BB. Seed 8 is going to bring this one in for a raise, raising to 70. He's got 8-10 of hearts. Allen's going to make the call with a king-jack offsuit there in seat 1. Looks like Chan comes in with ace-deuce suited, and BB's in there with queen-7 of hearts. So we're going to see a flop here 4 ways. It's about a $280 pot. 7, 8, 9, 2 diamonds. Chan's picked up the nut flush draw. Steven's got a pair and an open end. And he's going to bet 200 with that pair and second pair in the open-ended straight draw. Not a bad flop for 8-10 coming in as the original raiser. Action's over to Chan with the nut flush draw. Pot is $480, $200 for Chan to call. And look at this, he's going to come over the top all in, strong semi-bluff. And Steven has the lead right now with his pair of 8s. So the pot is $680 plus however much the all-in amount is. $680 pot plus this amount. And we'll get that to you as soon as we know.
1365. 1365.
It's 1,365 more. So the pot is about $2,000. 1,365 for Steven to call, and Steven's in there with 8-10. Dr. BB is out of the hand. So it's 8-10 of hearts against ace deuce. There we go. Steven is in the lead. He's got a pair and an open-ended straight draw. $2,000 pot, $1,300 to call. Remember, he made that call with ace-6 against Mo for a lot of money before. I would be amazed to see him do the same thing again. This is just some incredible action. Trying to think of the odds. Who would be in the lead here? Chan has got an over and he's got a flush draw. He's got 9 diamond outs. And 3 more ace, 3 more outs to the ace. It's about 12 outs. Of course, if Steven catches his straight, Chan's ace is no longer good. So I'm going to bet that Steven's probably 60 to 65% on this hand. Again, I'm doing that on the fly, but that's my best estimate. Maybe a 62, 63% favorite here. I'm sure the folks at home will help me out there on 2+2. That's a big, big call to make, and I think he's going to muck. And he is going to muck. And Chan shows the semi-bluff. And the rabbit cam shows a 10 of diamonds.
We'll see tomorrow.
So he would have gotten there. Chan would have gotten there.
Barbecue.
And what a great hand.
Barbecue burgers for us and to watch it. Tell each other how bad we all play. How bad? Open-ended chicken. You should have gone. How you got handle that?
I was open-ended, middle pair.
What's wrong? You got the best end anyway, so.
At 10-8.
Well, that's a big re-raise. That's a big raise for Stephen Akal there with that board. I think it was probably the correct lay down.
That's what Mo told me.
Small blind.
You mark it, you push it.
Again, if you want to follow a live thread, started on 2+2. You go to 2plus2.com, click on forums, click on tournament poker. World Poker Tour and other televised tournaments, and we are right there. Comments, questions, suggestions, we appreciate it. Again, I am multitasking. I would like to know what the odds were on that hand off the top of my head. So, to the next hand here, 7-4 queen. Jesus has a flush draw on seat 6. He's bet $100. Chan has got second pair here. And Jesus is going to take it down.
Thank you.
Blinds up.
Just robbing you.
Pocket 8s there for seat 6. Jesus. Ace queen off suit for seat number 8 there, Steven. And he's going to raise. He makes it 120 to go. Believe that Jesus is in the big blind.
Is that a real raise, or did you just snap like a cheap rubber band?
He's in the small blind. So Jesus is in the small blind with pocket 8s. Let's see what he does. He's going to make a quick call. Pocket deuces over there for Dr. BB. The question is, do they have enough money for him to make that call? Can he make about $1,000 off this call? And he's going to make the call. So here we go. Ace, queen, pocket 8s. Pocket deuces, about a $300 pot. Well, a $340 pot to the flop. Flop is a 9-6-5. Let's see how Jesus plays this with pocket 8s. He's going to check. BB checks. And let's see how much Steven bets. Wouldn't be surprised to see Jesus maybe throw a check raise here. He's going to bet 300, a little under the size of the pot. Pot is now about 650. 300 call. Look at that. Jesus mucks pocket 8s. It's a new Jesus in town. There's a new Jesus in town this week. Much, much different from what we've seen him play before. And Steven takes it down with the worst hand. Limped around here. Queen 5-5.
100.
Jesus is going to bet 100. He's going to make a position bet, and he's going to take it down.
Yes.
Mo here's in the big blind. Seat number 9. Wow, Chan had Queen Jack suited over there in seat 3. Didn't play it. Very, very tight. Excuse me,
4 players.
Cliff in seat 3 had the Queen Jack suited, and it gets limped around here. 10-7 deuce.
70. 75.
Seat 5 is going to bet 75 here. He's got a flush draw, ace-5 of spades. That's Chan in seat 5. The turn is a 9. Seat 8 is checked. It goes check, check, and Steven has the best hand here. He's picked up 2 pairs on the turn. The river's a 3 of clubs. So it's seat 8 against seat 5. And Steven has bet here with his 2 pairs on the river. Chan chose to take the free card. And Chan, I'm sure, is going to muck here with ace high. And he does.
Everybody mad at me. That's the goal. That's why I'm here. They're not going to be antagonistic.
Pocket aces for seat 2. That's Mark. The second time he's picked it up tonight. Hasn't seen a lot of action on his hands. And he's in the big blind. A limp and a limp. Mo completes.
Raise it.
And Mark is going to raise. He's going to make it 90 more to go. Wow, Jesus calls without a second thought with 7-9 offsuit. Mo's got 8-6 suited. He might come in as well. Steven's got a Queen 4 suited. He might play too. He is going to play. And we got the brewings of a pretty big pot here. 4 ways. $400 pot. I guess Mark didn't raise it up enough there. Here we go. 5-7 deuce. Steven's picked up a flush draw. Jesus has top pair. Mo's got an open-ended straight draw. And Mark has an overpair with the ace of spades. And Mark is going to lead. He's going to bet $500. Wow, Jesus mucks top pair like it was nothing.
500.
Steven's going to call. And now Mo, I got to think he's probably not going to chase his straight draw with 2 spades out there. The pot is about $1,400. $500 for Mo to call. He's getting almost 3-1 on his odds. Again, though, if his straight cards come, they can't be spades. Although Steven has one of his cards there at the 4 spades, so he doesn't have to worry about that. And he's going to muck. So we're heads up, Queen 4 against pocket aces, $1,400 pot. To the turn. Turn is a 3. And Mark is out of position here. And Mark's going to move all in. And look at this. Steven's picked up an open-ended straight draw, it looks like.
7.
And I think it's Steven that's the one that moved all in. Trying to get confirmation here. Who moved all in?
480 after that.
75 and only
750, right?
So
750 and only.
Mark
It's bet at 750.
I believe that Mark bet 750. Steven moved all in, and I believe Mark called. So that's the order of action. Anyways, Mark is going to have to dodge the open-ended straight draw and a spade here. We're looking at over a $3,000 pot. Steven's going to have to hit a spade, an ace, or a 6, and it doesn't come. It's the jack of diamonds. And Mark's going to take it down there with the overpair.
Amazing.
Wow, welcome back, Dave.
Yeah, welcome back. I walked into that, huh? Woo. And it was amazing, all those draws. Jesus had top pair on the flop.
Yeah.
Mo had an open-ended straight
What an
draw. And he had a flush
unbelievable
draw.
hand.
And nobody would have gotten there.
Yep. Wow, what a hand.
Well, the excitement never ends here at the Bicycle Casino, huh?
Yep. That's got to be the biggest hand of the night in terms of cash. Over
Bam.
$3,000.
And there you go. Mark's playing tight the whole night, and he gets paid off.
Yep.
Bam. Just like that.
I mean, that's a, we can't do the odds quite there on the fly, but Queen 4's got the open-ended straight draw. He's got a flush draw. So he's got, 15 outs there to the straight and to the flush.
Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, we know the pocket aces, so 2 aces are gone, and you know that.
Right.
He doesn't
Right.
know that, though, and he's sitting
Right.
15 outs with
Yep.
with 1 card to come. He certainly has the odds to call 750 to win a $3,000 pot.
I'll check this one. That's him.
Oh, he's just
yeah, just move the window.
And look at this. Mark's actually got 2 pair now. He's turned 2 pair. AC deucing.
Good Omaha hand.
Well, that's not a good Omaha board for
No.
ace deuce, but it's not a bad
75.
bad board for Hold'em. But the problem here is he's let Cliff get there, and Cliff's got a straight. And Cliff's going to just smooth call him. That's pretty passive there. Wow. Mark waited one card too late to bet there. Got his 2 pair on the turn, but checked it, and then he bet on the river when Cliff got there.
Thanks for all those people on the 2+2 that posted the odds to that hand. I thought it was a low 60s, 60 to 65%, but it was actually 57.43. Dave, we had a hand with a nut flush, ace deuce of diamonds with a 9-8-7 board with 2 diamonds on there versus 8-10.
Oh,
I was
wow, okay.
figuring with 2 cards to come, 8-10 was about a 60% favorite, but he was 57% favorite with 2 cards to come.
I actually think we should tie you up and flog you for missing it by 3%.
Yeah.
God. What are we paying you for here?
I know. All my odds at the top of my head, you got to give me probably 2 or 3% each way.
Yeah.
I'll take that if I said 61%.
And Jesus
300.
has a bunch of nothing there, it looks like. Wow, Mo's going to take it down. Didn't have an ace, but he represented a big hand. And since nobody else had an ace, he took it down, even though he didn't have a hand. Nice play there. And I believe Bart Hansen is going to take a little 10-minute break here. And I will stick around and take us through the next 10 minutes. Once again, we are live at the bike. We're watching a $1,000 buy-in minimum game, no limit hold'em. Blinds are 10 and 20. And I am David Tuckman, known as Friar Tuck, or Bart likes to call me now Chelsea Tuck, I guess. Chelsea Dave. Either way. And there I am. Pretty exciting, huh?
He's a big blind.
And flop of 7-6-6 there. Dr. Beebe has flopped trip sixes. And he was under the gun. He limped in there. Under the gun with 3-6. And Chan has the... Chan actually has a straight flush draw here.
Bet 80.
And he makes it $80 here. And Jesus is going to call with top pair. And let's see what Dr. Beebe does here. Oh, he's going to raise it up.
$255.
And Dr. Beebe makes it $255 more to call. And Chan likes a straight flush draw here. Plus he's got overcards. But at this point, he's almost got to put Dr. Beebe on possibly having a 6. Jesus quickly mucks his top pair. Let's see what happens here. 4 spades is no help.
300.
That's not a very big bet there. I would have liked to see a bigger bet there from Dr. Beebe. Chan's actually got a double gutter, and wow, bam, he gets there. But he gets there at the flush, but that's not going to be any good there. The board is double paired here. The 4 diamonds is not the card he wanted to see. Wow. I believe Dr. Beebe actually checked it down there. Getting confirmation. I don't think there was a bet on the river.
No.
Wow, and Dr. Beebe did not bet on the river there with top full house. Short of somebody having pocket 4s or pocket 7s, he pretty much had the nuts.
Just let me know.
I'm surprised there's no bet there.
He gave me deposit.
I'm not sure if Chan would have paid him off the flush, but he might have paid him off for for 100 or so.
$100 more.
This game's going to say the same, though. Every player.
And Dr. Beebe actually straddled that, and Jesus is going to make it $100 more to go in the small blind.
Okay, 2 players.
And Chan's going to see a little action there. And we go to the flop.
130.
And it's all clubs out there. And Chan's only got bottom pair with no clubs, so nice bet there by Jesus. One of those things, if you're gonna bluff at the pot, you better be prepared to continue bluffing at it. And there's a quick chip count up there. John looks like he's in the lead there. That's Hutch in seat 4. He's got $5,000. Moore's got $3,700. Dr. Beebe with $3,400. You can read the rest there. We got our new chip count up there. We are constantly reinventing our game here. Our great technical staff here is always coming up with new little gadgets and gadgets for us to play with.
50 total.
And Dr. Beebe's got ace queen. Got a $150 pot here. And Dr. Beebe's got top pair.
200.
And he makes a nice $200 bet there. And he's going to take it down.
Thank you.
There you go. One thing great about playing at the Bicycle Casino here is we feed you for free. If you just get one of those little Bicycle Classic cards, which we give you for free, of course, we pay you to play. You get food for free. I think Cliff is actually
60.
eating a fillet there, I'm told. And Hutch there is getting one of the massages. And Hutch is going to bet $60 there. He's got ace-king offsuit. And flop is 2-3-4 here.
150.
Chan's going to bet with his bottom pair. He's got the best hand right now. And he's going to take it down.
This can I'm gonna bet line. 75.
And there's a little bird's eye table view shot we've got.
Blind bet. That's scary. Blind bet. Blind. 75.
$75. Jesus is betting blind. Now he might be blind, but we're not blind. And we see that he has a deuce of diamonds and the 8 of clubs in his hand. And he makes it $75 to go.
If you lay it down, he's gonna bet 75 again. Stop here. Alright. He won $30. Not fair.
Where's the 8 of hearts? Usually you have the 8 of hearts.
And he takes it down. Nobody calls him.
Now I'm gonna raise this much.
I took a little peek in the on the plaza level to see what kind of games were being played, and there was a great $200, $400 limit hold'em game going on right now. Jerry Buss was in the game, Men the Master, Steve the Face Flicker was in the game, and Yosh Nakano. It looked like a great game.
You have aces with all.
And they were playing $200, $400 limit
The
hold'em.
restaurant, different the food. See the food. That's
There you
different.
go. Jesus is looking to mix it up here. He's betting blind now. He's got 7-6 offsuit.
They charge. But the food also is good.
Turn it back that way.
But today, fortunately, they have my favorite here, whitefish. They don't have it very often.
Without that.
And
It's just okay. The whitefish.
Hutch is in there with ace-3. I guess Hutch is not in there.
It was just okay.
But Cliff is in there with 3 queens now.
I'll tell you, sometimes
And a 10 kicker.
it's sometimes it's
He's got the straight draw as well.
not about the whitefish. They
And Cliff's going to see if he bites. And look at that. Give Jesus a little credit. He never bit.
That's it.
Close.
And Cliff takes the pot down.
What do you have?
full house. Two countable.
And Cliff did have queens full there. Queens full, kings. Remember, in Hold'em, we use our best 5 cards out of 7 cards. You don't necessarily need to use both whole cards. You can use one whole card. You can use no whole cards. It's whatever 5 cards are the best ones. Which is why oftentimes kickers take a huge in this game. You can have top pair more often than not. More than one person might have top pair. And whatever your other card is, your kicker, they say, is the determining hand to win, usually. Not sure what language I just spoke there, but I hope you understood.
Two players.
Stevens buying in for $300 more. That's a short buy in this game. You're allowed one short buy per game. And a short buy is obviously, this is a $1,000 minimum buying game, but if you do buy in for the original 1,000 and you lose it, you could buy in short one time. Allen's going to take it down with aces. So the action is great here at the bike all month long. We got Legends of Poker. Tonight I said it was a no-limit Hold'em tournament, which is going on right now, $300 entry. Tomorrow's tournament starts at 4:15. It is a no-limit Hold'em tournament with a $150,000 guarantee. It's a $300 buy-in tournament starting at 4:15. So if you are close, we are in Bell Gardens, 10 miles south of Los Angeles. First place will probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of 100 grand.
60. Yeah, he plays much. He plays good.
And Hutch is going to make it $60 then. He's in seat 4. And he mucks. Takes it down without a flop.
Wait, what happened now? Come again? You're messing with my mojo. I gotta, you know? You can just take a still picture with it, take a frame, and then. You guys need to get better software and get the digital thing.
Limped around here.
And all that, and then we don't need to worry about that.
Got a $60 pot.
Type it in.
Flop is 7-4-3. Dr. Beebe's got an open-ended straight draw there, but he doesn't bet it. And he gets there, actually. Wow, and Steven gets there with an ace here. Let's see what happens on the river here. Wow. And Dr. Beebe just threw away the winning hand. Maybe he didn't see it. I imagine he did not see the hand. He had deuce 5, and we're quite certain of that. And he had a straight. And I guess he just wasn't seeing it. Dr. Beebe's not on his game. I mean, the last couple of weeks he's been playing great, and he's just not on his game tonight, obviously. And Shan raises it up to $120, a queen jack offsuit here. And nobody's going to call. He's going to take it down.
Dave, you know, ever since we moved over into this location, every time I get up to get out of the seats, I knock down these flowers. And I just did it again.
Well, good for the flowers. They're fake.
Every single time I walk by here, I knock this down.
I got to tell you, I mean, I have nothing but praise to Bicycle Casino, but you think they could afford some real flowers. I mean, these look really cheap. Fake plastic flowers, gosh. I mean, we live in L.A. It's not hard to get them.
So we get a raise here coming in to a 120 there by Shannon. Seat 5's got pocket 5s. Mo's called him with an ace-10 offsuit. We got about a $250 pot in there. 4-9-4.
Not a bad flop with pocket 5s.
And Shan chooses to check in position. Well, that's surprising, Dave. And a 3 comes on the turn. And now Shan is going to bet. And now Mo thinking, why didn't the guy bet on the flop? He's going to make the call. Although he can't really beat ace-king, ace-queen, or ace-jack. A 6 comes on the river.
I'm not sure why I call, though.
And he goes check, check. That was kind of a strange hand there.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a Twilight Zone kind of night, you know? I mean, we get Amir Vahidi here. He goes broke in about an hour and 15 minutes. And then some really strange plays by Dr. Beebe, by Mo. Something in the air. I don't know.
Someone's getting a massage there. It looked like it was
Hutch.
Seat 4. Yeah, Seat 4, Hutch. Getting a massage.
Feeling good. Getting the vibe.
That's actually my favorite masseuse there. I don't know her name. I should.
150.
And once again, we are live at the bike. This is unedited, unrehearsed. I'm David Tuckman, and I'm here with Bart Hansen, who is back and better than ever.
Mo is raised here to 150, and he's going to take it down.
It's like a new and improved Bart.
So we had this discussion that we'd like to have people interact with the show, and it seemed to us that we were getting a lot of comments saying that, well, if you don't have a talkative table talk isn't really the best thing.
Yeah.
And we had been doing that for a few months. So what we've now decided to do is just kind of take a little bit of a break and a shift, because it's really almost next to impossible to do 4 hours of straight broadcasting if it's not done in any sport. There are natural breaks in every single sport that goes on.
And like I've just got to pee sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you know? We all do it. I gotta pee. Sorry.
Ooh, two ace kings here. Seat 6 there. Seat 5, Chan, and seat 7.
The heart and the spade are just so much prettier than the club and the diamond, though, aren't they?
And it looks like Chan raised, and we're going to get a couple, two more callers, ace king, and it looks like pocket 5s over there.
I like pocket 5s in this hand.
Mo is not in the hand. The flop is 6-4 jack, so pocket 5s is in the lead.
250.
Chan, the original raiser, he's going to bet 250. He gets BB off the hand, and Cliff is sitting over there with 5s. And again, this is one of the toughest decisions to make in No Limit Hold'em, Dave, when you come in with 6s, 7s, 5s, 8s, even 4s, and you see a rag board, but you haven't hit your set, and you're out of position. What do you do?
Yeah, it's one of those, it's raise or fold, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you put the guy in ace king and you don't think he has anything, give him a good raise and get him out of the pot.
Yeah.
There's a close-up of Cliff eating. It's always a nice view. Thank you very much. I'm going to talk to our cameraman. Maybe we can get inside his mouth next time. Close up of Cliff's tonsils there. Another problem we also have with table talk, obviously, is to play devil's advocate. One time we were saying, well, why don't we tell the table that they're right, they can talk. But then we have a problem with maybe people promoting their own business or company or something. So I guess in the end we just decided to nix it.
Now, Mark here is throwing a raise in here. He's made it 60 more. He's got king 10 off suit.
Wow, well, I like the play. He's played it so tight all night. He's only showed down pocket aces.
Right.
You'd think somebody would give him some credit here.
It looks like Steven rebought there. I don't know how much he rebought to.
He actually rebought with $300. Short buy.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
And Allen's going to call here. Ace-8 of diamonds. He's actually in the lead, queen, queen 5, but if Mark bets here in position, Allen's probably going to be done with it, I would assume.
I'd love to see him throw a little bet out there, Allen.
Well, he has checked it.
Yeah. And Mark's going to play it the same way he plays all his hands when he has a big hand.
Oh, yeah, and I love it when somebody folds before I even have to decide how much to bet.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's a ploy. What you can do is you can kind of use your, peripheral vision, look outside your, in that case, use your right eye, look out of the side there, and see what his reaction is as I'm counting my chips.
Yep.
And Allen looked kind of disinterested there, so figure, okay, maybe I can get him off it.
You could raise blind right now and re-raise blind.
I know. I said, straddle
You blew it. You could raise blind and re-raise blind.
Allen's got ace queen here. That's how he plays it.
Looks like he just limped, huh?
Yeah, he was in late position, and just a limp there.
8-9 deuce. It's a $150 bet there by Chan with the ace-9 top pair.
Top kicker. Plus the ace of diamonds to, just in case a diamond comes out.
And he's going to take it.
Sometimes one of my favorite things, if I have the ace of diamonds in my hand, it's so much more unlikely for somebody to have a diamond draw, because a lot of people would like to go for this, the nut draw, ace 5 of diamonds, something like that. If I have the ace, it just makes it less likely, a little bit. Stevens had a rough night in seat 8 there. He's wearing those Dodgers visors. He's got the visor on, and he's got these like Dodger glasses on. And the Dodgers have sucked all year, and I guess, if you want to be a winner, you got to wear a winner.
Well, that's why I'm always asking you why you wear those Jets jerseys. And here we go to the flop.
Oh, there's a dig. Oh, yeah.
4-7 king. Couple of hearts. Jesus is good. He's got top pair. King deuce. He's getting bet.
Nobody else has much of anything. John's got a gut shot here.
Line, amigo?
Hutch there in seat 4.
Line?
No, I'm good.
Look.
I show you one.
For how much? 400?
50.
Okay, I'll
Show you this one.
hold on, wait, chop this dealer. 50?
And Jesus takes it down.
What do you show us? 7?
You know, most conversations we have, Bart, we end up invariably talking about beer. And it always makes me really wanting one. You know? I got to talk to our producer. Maybe we can get some beers in here, get a little tap, you know, in the production booth. Liven up things a little bit, huh? I mean,
You know, I actually start, Dave, you know, it's funny, I said that that I don't necessarily drink, that I will drink beer at the table, but I've actually stopped doing that. But sometimes, because I just feel I don't really want any type of impairment. Jesus is raised here to 55 with ace-4, but sometimes I feel like, sometimes you're sitting in a place, it's kind of like a sound or a smell, you get the urge to have that flavor. So I've actually started drinking O'Doul's at the table, which is pretty,
Really?
yeah.
Wow. O'Doul's, huh?
Queen 7-6.
Yeah.
A couple of spades. But it does the trick for me, so.
Allen's still in the lead there with pocket deuces. Cliff's got a gut shot draw. Jesus has got a pair draw.
It actually tastes like beer, a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've
You've never had
I've
it?
never had no duels, ever in my life.
How about a Coors Cutter?
I've never had a Coors Cutter.
Cliff
You know what,
there has
though?
got a gut shot straight.
Maybe
Joe.
tonight I'll buy us each one and we'll I'll drink one. You'll see how it goes. Wow.
Cliff calls. Wow. The turn
Bam.
is a 9. That's his card. But again, you chase those draws there, and with 2 suits on the board, he picks up his straight.
Yeah, Jesus has got the backdoor
Yeah.
flush here now. He's got the ace of spades in his hand.
Cliff has got the straight, but he doesn't even know if it's good, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, if it's against Jesus, so.
Hey, left.
Jesus has about 800 left, so let's see what Cliff does here. Cliff is going to move all in. And look at this, Jesus calls quickly with the ace of spades. And the river is a spade! And Jesus has made it. He made the backdoor spades, and that's just going to be a heartbreaker for Cliff.
Yeah, you know what though? I mean, I don't understand the play by Cliff though. With 2 spades out there, if it, I mean, there's only 3 9s I want to see. I don't want to see the 9 of spades because if
Right.
the 9 of spades comes out there, I know if another spade comes out there, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Yep.
I mean, obviously he's got unlucky there, but
Ugh.
well, I can't say I'm disappointed. You know,
Well,
I always want more
I,
chips.
I
than
always
Jesus
preach,
has.
you know, if you're going to chase those open-ended straight draws, if you get there, you don't really want to be hesitating to know if you're good or not. That's why
Right.
I'd rather do that with a rainbow board.
Yeah, I think he knew he was good though. He moved all in, and he got the call with the better hands. Just got outdrawn.
Okay, I bet blind.
Oh, here we go. I think Jesus said he was going to bet blind.
Yeah, he was doing that a little bit while you were on break.
Yeah.
And most of it was him betting blind, everybody else folding. Well, he's got a
And
real
we're gonna
doozy here. Actually, we haven't seen this
We haven't
hand
seen this,
yet.
but we can actually play this hand in the blind. We sometimes do that.
Yeah. And he's raising it, it looks like $80.
It's going to raise to $80. And we can speculate what he has, but in reality, he can have any 2 cards in his hand, Dave. So we'll get everybody else's cards up there.
I'm just curious exactly how could we speculate what he has if
Yeah.
he's in the blinds.
And I want to say maybe we don't put the cards. You know, let's see. It looks like someone's moved over the top all in, and it's Cliff. He's got pocket 8s. He's moved over the top all in.
And Cliff wants his money
we put
back.
Jesus' cards up. Jesus only has Queen 4, Dave.
Wow.
And it's, maybe with Queen Jack he would have called, but Queen 4. And Cliff is short with the money, so takes it down.
Maybe Cliff's tilting a little bit there, huh?
Well, you know, I don't necessarily mind that play. You know, if Jesus is going to make that raise with 2 random cards,
Without a doubt.
and you've only got 600 left in front of you, why not move all in there?
Yeah, no, I
150
guess,
in the
right.
pot?
You figure you're obviously pocket 8s are better than an average hand.
Yeah.
Much better than the average hand, obviously.
And even Jesus doesn't call there with the Queen 4.
Yeah, with only 1 overcard.
Yeah. Four-way action here, limped around.
That's an $80 pot now.
King, Jack, 5, 2 diamonds.
Jesus is in the lead here with Jack 10.
And he's going to bet.
65.
He bet $65.
Wow.
And Steven makes the call there in seat 8. We can only see one of his cards. It's a 3 of spades. We don't know what the other one is. An ace comes on the turn. So let's speculate, Dave. Does he have
I'd
king 3
imagine he has
suited?
king 3.
King 3 of spades?
That's the only thing I can think of with that board.
And now he bets, and Jesus calls here when an ace comes out on the turn. So we'll play kind of a guessing game as to what Steven has.
I would imagine it has to be, since it's not a 3 of diamonds, it has to be king 3.
Can't imagine he has ace 3. The only thing he could possibly probably have here is king 3.
Yeah.
The river's a 9.
And king 3 is going to take it down if he's got that.
Pair threes.
Nope. He just has pocket 3s, Dave. Pocket
Wow.
3s. He tried to bet Jesus off the hand on the turn when the ace came, and then he shut down on the river.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's... It's one thing that Jesus, sometimes you get a crazy guy at the table that kind of mixes things up like Jesus,
Yeah.
and it changes the way other people play. Well, actually, Steven was all in there for $300. I'm sorry.
So he moved all in.
He moved all
Wow,
in.
he moved all in on the
But with only
turn.
$300.
Yeah, he moved all in the turn. Wow.
Jesus said, okay, I'll call you. Hey, I'm not sure, but is Jesus' hat pink? It's orange. There
Orange,
we go. Okay,
yeah.
I thought it was pink. I'm going, right, pink hat. I wonder what the JLT stands for.
Jesus loves Tuckman.
Oh, I like that. There we go. Quick.
Very, very quick.
Jesus loves Tuckman. Sounds like a bumper sticker. Chance flop 2 pair here.
10, 5, 6.
And,
Bottom 2 pair.
Mark's got top pair, but with only a 2 kicker, he should be able to get away from this
Got
pretty easily.
that Doyle Brunson hand.
Yeah, exactly.
He's bet.
But I know Doyle, and Mark is no Doyle.
Looks like Chan just smooth called there. And I guess Chan raised. Couldn't quite tell the amount. And
Yeah, I'm
like
pretty
you
sure
said, Mark laid it down.
Yeah, I think Mark made an $80 bet, and Chan made it $280 to go. And there's Jesus. He's got the Corona in the background there. And it's funny, speaking of, beers from England and so forth, and good beers around the world, Corona, I remember liking that in high school and stuff, and really that was like, cool high school beer to drink.
What, Corona?
Yeah, and now it's like, compared to those beers, after I've been to England, it's like, it's such a crap beer. I mean, I guess on a hot summer with a lime, yeah, it's okay. It can pass. But comparatively, it's just not. Well,
It's not even my favorite Mexican beer.
no. And your favorite Mexican is?
I guess it would be Tecate or what is it, Muy Bielo? Looks like seat 3's got a suited connector here, 8-9 of hearts. And he's going to raise. Looks like he's in the big blind there, Dave. And Jesus calls with deuce 4 diamonds. Chan's out of there. And here we go, heads up. I think it was a $100 raise pre-flop. King 3-9. Cliff has flopped a pair.
And went check there.
Check. Surprised that Cliff didn't bet the flop.
Cliff looks like he's going to bet something here.
Yep.
And he does.
$230 bet there. And that's enough.
Takes it down.
Jesus.
It was about a bet pot there. It's $230 pot. Hey, all this beer talk, maybe we can do like, like Bud Bowl.
How are you doing there?
Maybe we can do like a poker Bud Bowl. And right now we're 8-handed. Stevens in seat 8 has gone broke, and he's possibly taking a trip to the ATM machine.
Yeah, well, in this game, though, the ATM machine, usually those daily limits are $500 in a 24-hour period. That's not going to be enough to make the full buy in this game.
No, I mean, he bought him at $300. I just don't see a point in buying him at $300 in this game.
No, what I'm saying is that if he can only get $500 in a 24-hour period.
Right, no good. He's already had one short buy, so.
Yeah.
And there is a long list for this game, so.
Queen 6 Jack. Mark in seat 2 on the button. He's got top pair. Hutch has got King Jack, second pair, and it looks like it's going to get checked to Mark. Mark is going to throw a bet out there.
$90 bet
I'm not surprised that Hutch didn't bet there with the King Jack. You're 3 ways. You're out of position, but I mean, you put yourself in a situation where, what are you just going to check fold anything but top pair in early position? But anyways, it's Mark actually does have the queen.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's the button is in a position to bluff at it, and you're allowing him to bluff.
Right.
Yeah. There's a nice view of Dr. Beebe across the table, and Donna in her pretty yellow outfit.
Okay, raise blind.
Look at this. Jesus Love Tuckman is going to raise blind 100.
JLT.
And now he's got the Corona in his hands. So again, we can speculate what he has. He's raising blind, Dave. What do you use for a strategy? A re-raise with almost any ace here to isolate? I mean, it's going to be better. You always want to take the best of it, like a little bit of the best of it in the cash game. So you got to figure that. What is the average hand? Jack 7?
I think the average hand is about Jack 7.
Right.
So, theoretically, Hutch can make a raise here with Queen 10.
Yeah, why didn't he raise? Huh.
The problem is sometimes other players know that you're going to be taking advantage, and if you raise and somebody else makes a re-raise to you, then where are you? $
300 pot here. Jack 9-5. Chan's got a pair. John Hutch has flopped to open-ended straight draw. And Jesus has got a gut shot.
Yeah, that's the kind of board you want an open-ended straight draw there.
Look at this. The turn is a 6. And now Hutch bets 150, still with the open-ended straight draw. Chan has a pair and a gut shot now, and Jesus has the best hand now with a higher pair and a gut shot.
Yeah, I really like firing out there with especially in the small blind.
And look at this, both players call.
Yeah,
so we're looking at a $750 pot now to the river. The river's a deuce. Jesus has the best hand.
Actually, Chan just made a flush.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, Chan made a backdoor diamond flush. I missed it.
Either.
Yeah. He made the backdoor diamond flush. And he's going to bet $215 into a $750 pot.
The 6 of diamonds really gave Chan a monster draw.
Yeah.
He had a straight draw, a pair, and a flush draw.
We didn't quite see that.
Well, sometimes that happens when you're at the table, too.
Yeah.
You don't see that backdoor draw.
Right.
There's nothing on the flop there to indicate that. That's a hand that John might have been able to, Hutch in seat 4 might have been able to take away right on the flop, but he decided to play it somewhat passively by checking it. And by the time the 6 diamonds came on a turn, well, then it was too late.
Yep.
I mean, he played it really passively considering he was up against 2 blind hands,
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, not only was the big blind in there, but Jesus was in there blind. And we're going to see a flop 4-handed here. $80 pot. Got 8-10 king there. Rainbow. And it
No
goes
one
check
bets.
around, yeah.
Turn is an ace of spades. Looks like, what is it, John there in seat 4 with the best hand with a pair of 8s. Dr. Beebe's got the kicker. And now I don't know if that kicker's going to play. Beebe's got the 8-9. I think it
No, the 9 will not
the
play.
9 is not going to play.
They both have a pair of 8s with ace, ace king,
Right,
10.
ace, king, 10. Yeah.
And once again, in Hold'em, we use our best 5
Yep.
cards. And it's a chop pot there.
Blind. Where else more blind? Son?
That's his name, where?
Have a good night, guys.
Looks like Dr. Beebe is getting up from the table. Oh, no, that was Steven in seat 8 getting up from the table.
There we go.
I need one out. Donna.
You think that Steven was a little bit outclassed tonight?
20?
It seemed like it. You know, you hate to be judgmental, but
Yeah,
the one hand that he won was a real questionable call when he called
Yeah.
ace 6.
right. That's
You
what
know.
I was really meant,
Yeah.
figuring, yeah. Well, he didn't win it, he chopped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a hand that was actually not on camera that I watched him. I watched him call an all-in bet from Jesus with only second pair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not 2 pair, but second pair. And it was one of the times Jesus actually really had the goods.
Well, Jesus is raised here with ace-jack offsuit. He gets a call here by Dr. Beebe with a little gap-suited connector. Chan with the small-suited connector. And Allen there with the ace-9. Queen, jack, 6, 2 spades. Well, why not fire here if you have ace-jack? I like the bet. Jesus is going to bet. No one has a queen.
50? 150?
Beebe can catch a 9 here for a straight.
Yeah, nobody's got spades. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine anybody sticking around. And to be honest with you, Allen's hand, the ace-9,
I was
that's
just
the kind of
gonna-
hand I don't like.
I was going to ask you. I was going to say, well, is it because Jesus raised Allen can get away with calling with the ace-9 offsuit there?
I don't think he can get away with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't. I'd rather call with 3-4 clubs.
Yeah.
A raise, that is.
Right. And again, we say that if you watch some of the advanced no-limit Hold'em players like a Mo, stuff like that, they would rather play something like deuce 4 of hearts as opposed to ace 7 offsuit, right?
Oh, clearly.
Yeah.
Ace-7's just got. There's no equity there at
Right,
all.
right.
When I say equity, I mean expected value. You know,
Yeah.
positive expectation.
Next time, wife, she's my energizer. Call.
Mo's been pretty quiet tonight, huh?
Yeah. This pot is limped around 3 ways. 3-7 queen.
Wow, Mo linked in with 9s there, huh?
Well, he was in the big blind.
Yeah, but we got a pretty short table. I'm surprised that a bunch of people taking a break right now
Looks like Mo bet 100 right off.
and took it down.
Took it down.
Some of the players have said they're tired today. Dr. Beebe saying he's tired. And I buy that, actually. I think Dr. Beebe, the last couple of weeks, he's really played pretty good. And tonight he's a little off, actually. He's made some odd calls and some odd laydowns. And he threw away a winning hand before when we saw him make a wheel on the river. And we're getting somebody to the game right now, I'm hearing.
To take Steven's spot. Now here we go with the old Jesus. He's going to raise here. He's got 5-8 offsuit.
105 away, my friend. Second table is.
Made it 105 to go. Well, see, Mark's got 4-5 suited here. Not necessarily the type of hand that I want to take heads up. Well, he chooses not to call. And especially because, Jesus isn't necessarily coming in with a raise with ace-king or aces or something like that.
Exactly. You couldn't have said it any better.
But if you made that call against, say, Dr. Beebe,
if Dr. Beebe makes it $100,
Yeah.
or let's say Mark in seat 2 makes it $100, and
Right.
I have 4 or 5 suited,
Yeah.
hey, I might take it off because if I hit the flop really hard,
Yeah.
I might break them because they might have pocket aces.
Right.
But in that case, and it was actually true, Jesus is just as likely to have a 5. I could be dominated.
Which in that case,
He did.
yeah.
And he had 9-5. So there's no. And if you hit the flop, there's a good chance Jesus didn't hit the flop. So you're not going to get paid anyway. It just doesn't make any sense. I can't agree with you anymore.
Oh boy, and Jesus is feeling confident. He's going to raise with a couple of guard. Oh, looked like he had raised, but he did. Did he raise?
And Mo's going to raise.
Well, Mo's going to raise, so we'll see if Jesus raised and Mo re-raised, or if it was just a call and a raise. Mo's got ace queen suited. Jesus is garbage hand right there, 8-4 offsuit. And BB's got 7-4 suited, and he's going to know.
You got everybody in your pocket, Mo.
Jesus looked like he'd been being generous to the dealers tonight, Dave.
Yeah?
Tends to throw them a bit more tokes than some of the other players.
You know, most successful card players do tip a lot, actually. At least that's what Barry Greenstein says in his book.
Really?
Yeah.
Tip a lot, and like because they win more pots, or
I don't know. I think his explanation for it was actually, he said most good players don't really know the value of money. They just and they're able to just play with, they can play it really loose because they don't really value the money, and because of that, they throw the money around. I guess most good players kind of view money as a commodity that they can easily get. So.
Here we go, 6-way action. 5-way action. Queen 9-3, couple of spades.
I'd like to see how Mark plays this. He's got top and bottom pair here.
And it looks like somebody bet there in the field.
I actually believe that was Mark betting.
No, it's Dr.
No.
BB. BB is betting on a pure bluff again with King 6. Let's see what Mark does. Oh, he's just going to smooth call. And I was going to say, in past shows we've seen BB shut down, but he'll continue to fire now, his style now, and he
might, yeah.
Especially if another spade comes
and
on
he's
board.
got no.
It's a 5.
He's got no outs here.
No, he's drawing dead. Oh, did he check it? Well, maybe he respects the player now.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to continue to bluff into Mark. And Mark is going to throw a bet out. And BB quickly folds. Looks like we got a new player in seat 8, Dave.
Woohoo.
I don't know if we've ever seen him before. His name is John.
There he is. He's a looker.
Yeah, definitely. Do you like the haircut?
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I can't really say much. My haircut's is abysmal right now, so I desperately need a haircut. So, but at least I have hair. I'm a big fan, though. If you
The
can't grow
Propitia's
hair,
been doing good for me, Dave. I've
Yeah.
been taking it for about 4 years.
There you go. I'm a big fan of the fact that if you can't grow hair, then go bald and be proud about it.
Well, I think if you can't grow hair, transplant it. Jesus is going to raise her. He's going to make it 110 to go. And Mo's going to call over there with an ace-4 suited. Now, obviously, Mo's not going to usually make that call against a tight player like a Dr. BB. But again, with Jesus, he's in position. He has a much better hand. And we're heads up 5-8 against ace-4 suited. Here we go. Look at the draw Mo has picked up. Now, Jesus has got a pair.
Yep.
Deuce 8-10. Couple of spades.
Jesus is ahead in the hand.
And look at this. It goes check, check. And now a spade comes on the turn. And Mo's got the nuts. And Mo checks behind it. And now another spade comes. And now Mo is going to obviously have to bet. And you know, I'm a huge proponent of Mo's play, and he was trying to set some sort of a trap. But I always say, Dave, that even if you had ace-4 there on the turn, I'd like to put a little money in there just in case of the action killer, and that's what happened.
The problem is, though, Jesus he's not one to. We've seen him time and time again.
Right.
I mean, obviously, we have a better vantage point than Mo does, but Mo's at the game, and if you watch it, Jesus will bluff before the flop, and he will
Right.
bluff on the flop.
Right.
Rarely does he bluff at the river.
Right.
He'll go for his draw, and if he doesn't hit it, then he doesn't hit
Yeah.
it.
I was just surprised. I think Jesus might be a little scared of Mo. Because I mean, I'm just surprised that he didn't bet. He had a pair.
Yeah, he definitely respects Mo's
Yeah.
play, without a doubt. Clearly.
I see you got cloud in this place. I think next time you guys should get it too.
And I would just still love to, Dave, to know how Mo felt about Steven's call there with Ace-6 earlier in the show.
Oh, well, maybe we'll ask him. We'll see.
Yeah. Mo's raised here. He's got Ace-King offsuit. And look at this. Jesus is going to call with a Queen-7 offsuit. So we're heads up. Mo is in position again. Well, Ace-8 deuce, all hearts.
Nobody's got a heart here.
And Mo knows he has to throw a bet out here. This is not a time where you can slow play an ace.
Well, it's also a different composure to this hand in the sense of last hand, Jesus raised pre-flop.
Right.
And Mo ended up the best hand. But this hand, when Mo is the raiser pre-flop, he takes control of it and he's the aggressor.
Right.
Especially in that case, obviously.
We gave 3 seats. The player that they played at this game, 75 hours. Only 500 games.
We are playing the $1,000 minimum buy-in, no limit hold'em game. Blinds are 10 and 20 tonight. I'm David Tuckman. I'm here with Bart Hansen.
No, you get qualified to the small
And we
tournament.
are live at the bike.
And then if you win that tournament...
And, you know, Mo's talking about a promotion that we run, Dave. I believe that players that play in the $500 min or higher who play for more than 75 hours, I want to say, over either a 1 or 2 month period, 3 month period, get to qualify for a free roll that gets you a seat at the main event at Legends.
Wow. That's pretty good. Last year's Legends winner was Doyle Brunson, pulling in a small little paycheck of $1.2 million.
I can put satellite.
Yep.
Anytime you guys want, 500.
Wow, Chan's flopped the flush. Dr. BB's got a pair. He has top pair. Dr. BB's going to bet $125.
You know what? I like the bet by Dr. BB. Now, obviously, he doesn't know what we know.
And Chan's going to smooth call, it looks like.
And now, through Dr. BB, you got to kind of shut down. But I like the bet, though. He wants to see where he's at.
The turn is a 4.
Yeah, that's mega.
And now if BB bets here, oh, he's going to check. I was going to say Chan's got a raise probably there on the turn. Hoping that BB might not just be betting in with the ace of diamonds. Now Chan's going to bet. He's going to bet 500.
That's a big bet. That is
4
a big,
clubs
big
on the
bet.
turn.
But if you have 20 tables,
He's hoping that Dr. BB's got like the ace of diamonds or a set of jacks or something.
Oh, the point championship, they have $50,000. You're talking about $50,000. They put $50,000 for the point championship. You gotta hit the tournament. You gotta get the point to qualify. No, all these tournaments. Start high low, yeah.
Hey, that's not a shootout though. The whatever 20 seats. 20
No,
tables, 20,
no.
It's just like a multi-table tournament.
It's multi-table.
That's not bad. 3 days before.
3 days before.
And looks like our new player here, John in seat 8, has picked up a couple of cowboys here. He's got pocket
40's
kings.
a good number.
And he's going to raise it up. Wow, he makes it $180 to go.
Oh. It doesn't show the count on time. The hand is dead, right?
Yeah, it took that.
Nobody's got much of anything here. Jesus and Dr. Beebe both have 5-3. Chan's got Jack 6 suited. And
I told you 40, you would have got all kinds of action.
John takes it down here.
Pocket kings, Dave. We've seen a lot of overpairs tonight.
Overpair to what?
Well, overpairs to, I guess, a normal board.
Oh.
1,000. There's another game, 1,000. Down there. And 2 500 there.
And Alan and Alan and Mark are actually out of this hand. They're not. Mark's not at the table, and Alan missed the round, so he's going to wait for the blind to come. And Jesus looked like he put a little mini raise in there. And he did. He made it $45 with Ace King suited.
Well, he's going to make the call there with pocket sixes. Oh, 6-8 offsuit, excuse me. 5-6-5. Wow, Jesus has got a couple of overcards and a flush draw. And Mo's got a pair.
Even though Mo's got the top pair here, he is an underdog to Jesus.
And he quickly mucks.
I like the fold there by Mo. He kind of always knows where he's at. You know? I want to say hi to everybody at 2+2. 2+2 is a website where you can follow along if you want to. Just click on the tournaments or World Poker Tour and other tournaments, and you click on the Live at the Bike thread, and you can type in your own comments and stuff. We do read them.
Of course, we're in the beautiful city of Los Angeles, California, and Dave, every segment of this poker program is filmed in real time. And all the players that you see playing walk away with only the money that they actually win from the table. As John here in seat 8 flops trip queens, and he's checked it from the button. Looks like it went around to him, and he checked from the button. A couple of diamonds out there. The turn is a 7.
Nobody's got much of anything here. Alan's got 2 pair. The deuce there.
Oh, look at this. Mark's going to throw out one of those bets.
That's not a bad bet. Let's fire out there, see if I can win the pot. And obviously he's not going to, but I like the effort. A for effort.
And John is going to raise.
That just screams, I have a queen.
Well, Mark has nothing, so...
yeah. And in all honesty, I think he bet a little too much. He didn't need to actually bet $80.
Yeah.
Probably could have found out what he found out for 50. Exactly. And that's the key to this game is really, figuring out exactly how much to bet, when to bet it, and all sorts of stuff like that. That's what I love about No Limit, the intricacies of the game. It's not just a matter of learning your players and learning the hand selection and so forth. But it's a matter of, okay, I know I've got the best hand here. How much should I bet? How much can I take away from my opponent?
Yeah.
What's a good value bet? What's a good bluff bet? And so forth and so on. See a big difference from tournament poker. Very rarely are players going all in. A lot more play on the flop and on the turn.
We're going to see 4-way action limped around to the flop. Deuce 4-10, couple of hearts. Looks like Chan there in seat 5's got 9-10. He's going to bet.
Bet is 60.
Last table.
$60 bet, and he's going to take it down there, Dave. See Donnell's working on a chip count.
And there it is. You can read it for yourself there. John's got the most chips in seat 4. That's Hutch. John, 4,500 in chips. And it goes down all the way down to Alan there in seat 1, who's got 800 in chips.
Yep. Some people on 2+2 said that they're having a little bit of trouble with the feed. We're not really having any problems here.
No. I wish I had
just
an
want
answer
to
for him.
address it.
Yeah.
Yeah. King 5-6 here, a couple of spades. Mo's going to bet 100 here with ace high. Look at that. He gets Dr. Beebe to lay down the best hand.
It's nice of you to at least address them, though.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
they know at least it doesn't appear to be a problem on our end.
Well, I always feel bad. I mean, the thing is, over the last couple of weeks, we moved tables, we've moved equipment, and obviously we've had probably a little more technical problems than we've had in the past in the other room. But that's to be expected, though.
Right.
You know, with everything shuffling around, we've added, many more cameras.
And there's one of our new features.
Yes, there's one of our new features. Camera
95.
Camera in the commentator room.
Yes, without a doubt.
Jesus is going to raise here. He's got pocket fives. And the other funny thing, too, Dave, is that, and I'll get into it a little bit more after the hand, this is a reality poker show. And what I mean by that is you can take poker channels. And look at this. Chan's going to make a call with 10-3 offsuit. Wow. Dr. Beebe is not in the hand. So we got 10-3 offsuit against pocket fives. 3-4-9. Chan flopped a pair. Jesus is going to bet. He's going to bet 100. Well, if Chan played this type of hand, you might think he might want to check raise here.
And
he is.
It looked like he was going to call, and it's almost like he heard you.
Yeah. He's going to check raise to 300. Wow, and Jesus is going to make the call. So here we go. We got an $800 pot now. Ooh, turn is a king. Check. And the river's an ace. It just keeps getting worse and worse for Chan. I'm surprised he didn't fire for some reason. Throw like one of those either half value bet, stop bet, bluff, whatever you want to call it there on the river. But
yeah, it's tough with. I mean, I honestly would just versus Jesus. You almost want to play it straight up.
Yeah.
Because he'll call you down. I mean, you saw him earlier versus Amir Vahidi call him, actually raise him all in with a pair of tens.
Right.
So
what I was saying is this is almost like you can equate it to regular television versus reality television. And this is reality poker versus poker television in terms of WPT and all these other shows that we recorded.
Oh, without a doubt.
Now, the other thing, though, too, that people don't quite understand is that reality television is taped, okay, and it's later edited. This is reality poker. It's a hybrid between, like, a sports broadcast and, a reality TV show where the players don't necessarily have to come on the show. So people, they say, well, why don't you guys have a rigid time where you guys always come on time? Sometimes it's not necessarily up to us.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I'm trying to keep y'all
It's a raise here from...
Seed 8 is raised here with pocket queens. I mean, a perfect example of that is Wednesday night, Dave, when we get 17 people. And it's just...
Yeah.
We're doing the best that we can. Pocket jacks over there for seat 3.
Yeah, let's see the flop comes out.
Cliff Smooth called on the button. Here we go. Queens, jacks, and ace 10. And look at that. Ace 10 outflops everyone. Jesus has got the best hand. And Jesus is checked. And John leads. Looks like 75 there. Cliff is out. And Jesus is check raised to 500.
You know what? It's a nice bet by John there. He gets all the information he needs to get. It's a $100 bet.
Get the order from there.
Oh, look at this. He moves all in with queens. Dave, that's 2,000 more right there. And Jesus has an ace.
He's out of here.
Oh, John's got the queen of spades in his hand. No, but it doesn't come. Unbelievable. Wow. I guess John was just fed up with what Jesus was doing. Took the wrong time to move there.
I'm not sure why he'd be fed up, though. He just got to the table.
Saw a couple things maybe he didn't like there. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I saw a couple of things like, I saw an ace.
Oh.
Wow, man. Some people just can't lay down big pairs. Why? I mean, if you're going to give $2,000 away, I'm here. Come on, man. Jeez. It's like he gift wrapped the money and just gave it to him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the same thing, right?
And Jesus, I think he's bought drinks for the entire table now.
Look at
Dave.
that. And he just gave a $30 tip to the dealer.
Wow.
Anybody. You know what? I love him.
Okay.
Jesus loves Tuckman. I'm going to get a hat.
1, 2, 3, 4, the same.
JLT.
TLJ.
Is it the same one that he ordered?
You know?
Everybody. Oh, he's not even getting doctor too. No?
It's amazing.
Try it. It's good.
It's amazing, actually. You know, I remember being in college, actually, and somebody tried to convert me. I'm being Jewish. Somebody tried to convert me to. They want me to change to being Jewish, but there's Jews for Jesus out there.
Right. I never understood
Well,
that.
there you go. I'm Jews
okay.
for Jesus.
I never. Well, you've answered the question because that always didn't really make a lot of sense to me. Jews for Jesus, but now I get it.
Yeah. I don't want to get into a religious debate. It's just simple. Tuckman's for Jesus. I love him. He's great. Great for the game, great for the action, and a lot of fun to watch.
Line, please.
Wow. Everybody at the table, you can see Hutch and everyone sitting going, man, why didn't the guy just give me the money?
You are my
Just
age.
gave him $2,000.
And what? You are my age.
And the one
Of
thing,
course, Cliff is feeling bad because Jesus sucked out on him
Yeah.
earlier on.
and the one thing with John, I'll say, is I actually like the little small $100 bet after he raised
I'm the
pre-flop with
youngest
Queens,
one here.
kind of see where he was at.
No, really.
And Jesus told him where he was at when he raised him to 500.
22 years experience.
Jesus got a rack of purple back there, which is
22 years experience.
$2,500, and then a couple more stacks.
He was down to $800.
He's got about
45 minutes ago.
4,000 in front of him right now. He's got pocket tens now.
Jesus is literally the human roller coaster.
Pocket tens against Queen 8. Oh,
That's
Deuce, King, Queen. All hearts. I think it goes check here, dude.
Yeah, nobody likes this heart. Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
another heart. Check again.
And this is going to be a check down, I bet.
Reverse the 3 of spades. And it does get checked in. The Queen is going to be good.
And I feel like 25. Going this whole
Way.
Can you guess, Doctor? Can you guess? Someone asked me how old I am. I said I get.
Now, Dave, you see how Jesus just touched Jan there in seat 5. It's funny. Sometimes, especially at a poker table, you kind of bump into the guy and he's wet. That's just disgusting.
Who's wet?
I mean, you know, sometimes you like bump into these guys or touch like their backs and they're just wet,
Sweaty?
It's just nasty. Yeah.
Okay. No, I understand what you're saying, yeah. I try to avoid touching big, sweaty men, but yeah. It's my...
Mo is raised to 125 here. He's got pocket jacks. 4 people have ace rags. I don't think he's going to get any action here.
No, it doesn't look like it.
We don't see Jesus' cards. It looks like he wants to make the call. Oh, he's going to muck. Yeah, Mo's not going to get action.
Wow. It's one thing about a cash game. It's like you can be just going along, and then bam, you don't even know when it hits you, but big pot like that.
So John in seat 8, he rebought for 2,000, dude. Which really isn't that much in front. I think I might buy in for 3,000 to 5,000 in a 10-20 no limit game. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean you can, but this game though, it doesn't seem like that many players are that deep. I think 2,000 is enough, to be honest with you.
Well, it is 100 times the big blind, right?
Yeah. It all depends on how you want to match up for somebody else. But 2,000 is enough where you can bluff at it. You can see something down, you get some value for it.
King 7-7 there. Cliff in seat 3 with the 7-9 of clubs. He's got trips. See how he plays it. And he's going to bet it. Gonna bet $50 there, Dave.
And that's 50 into a $100 pot.
I don't think anyone's gonna call. Well, no one had a king.
Nobody had a king. Nobody had anything. So, and he takes it down.
And he shakes his head there, but you know what though? Betting 50 there as opposed to say slow playing. Again, if you don't have a aggressive table, who's going to bet into you? Maybe Mo on the turn, and then you might make an extra $80 or something like that. Now, if you let one peel off and the guy next to you with pocket 5 spikes a 5 on the turn, well, you're in big trouble.
Well, suddenly instead of winning $100,
Right.
you now lost $800 or $1,000,
Or
whatever.
in this case, $2,000, which
Yeah,
I think is
whatever he
in
has.
front of him. Yeah. So sometimes you have to take that into consideration too when you
without
slow
a doubt.
play this game. You know?
I've seen so many times where the flop comes out king, king, queen, and some guy's got king, jack.
Right.
And then some guy was sitting there with pocket 5s or pocket 8s,
Yeah.
spikes his card. And there's no way he would have even taken one off, but you let him.
Queen 8-5 here, a couple of hearts. Dr. Beebe there with the Queen 9 in position. Look at this. Jesus is going to bet. Now, Dr. Beebe normally would lay this hand down. I've seen him lay down top pair like it was nothing, but because it's Jesus, he's going to smooth call. Well, I would have raised there too. I don't necessarily know.
Well, I don't want anybody else in there behind me.
Yeah.
That's the purpose of the raise. You want to isolate him.
Jesus has got, he's got an overpair and a overcard and a pair, so it's a semi-bluff. And look at this. Jesus says he checks blind. And look at this. Dr. Beebe checks right behind him, and the river's an ace. Beebe's got pocket ace. He's got 2 pairs, aces and queens, and it's going to get checked down. And that's good.
And you see Jesus' style there. He bets the flop and then check.
Well, at that point, when Jesus checks blind on the turn and then when the river comes, he says, I check. Do you put a little value bet in there?
I think you might want to. You might put him on second pair. I think if you had a queen, you probably would have bet it, right?
Yep.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I was dropping 3 too. Me too.
And just a little note, tomorrow afternoon we have our No Limit Hold'em tournament at 4:15. It's a $300 buy-in with multi-rebuys. It's a $150,000 guarantee, and I'm telling you, it's going to be over $200,000. First place will probably be somewhere in the neighborhood.
And hopefully we can get
90,000.
that 20-40 no limit game going tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
that'd be great. If not, maybe we can even get the 60-120 limit game.
Yeah, I mean, I know that we haven't shown limit in a while, and some people on the posts on the board were kind of grumbling about that. Hey, if it was up to us, we'd have that on every night, right, Dave?
I don't mind either way.
Yeah,
Poker's poker, and you got to play everything. So, No Limit's kind of taking over the world right now.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't mind just following Jesus around. I'll show Mexican poker if he's in the game.
I think Chan has pulled the limp re-raise here with ace-king suited, and he has. He limped in, Jesus raised, and of course when you've got someone who you think Jesus is raising now, he's had a couple Coronas every hand, he's going to raise. I'm going to limp in with the intention of re-raising, and that's what's happened. That's what he did.
And he takes down a nice pot there, because you got a couple of callers.
Yeah, I mean, it was a $75 raise there by Jesus, who got called in 3 or 4 spots. And that is a great position to be in. A lot of times people say, well, I want to be to the left of someone who's raising a lot of hands so I can see where I'm at. Well, now if you picked up a big hand like he did there, you can pull that limp re-raise move. And, you just picked up $300.
Yeah.
4 people called.
Without a doubt. Especially because people lessen their calling standards because they realize that Jesus could be raising with 3-8. So you get Dr. Beebe in there with ace-9.
Yeah.
So
And of course, now that Jesus is winning, we're going to see a lot more action now.
without a doubt.
He's chosen to limp here with Queen 10. Dr. Beebe's going to limp with Jack 10 suited. Or,
Let's see
John's
if
going to limp.
Cliff makes a move here. No?
Nope.
He had pocket 9s. That would have been a nice play for me to take up on the whole pot.
Cliff had pocket 9s there.
But that's always a way to go about it, too.
Weird.
Flop a set.
9-10 deuce. And look at that. It's all hearts. And Jesus has got Queen 10 with the Queen of Hearts. And Alan has flopped a flush. Oh, this is going to be some fireworks, folks. Click off your internet games and come over to this hand.
Yeah, Jesus. Look at Jesus. He's got top pair with the Queen of Hearts. Wow.
Cliff
John
bet
does.
120. Jesus is going to make a smooth call here with Queen 10. And Allen, boy, you would think that he's probably going to raise it all in here, Dave.
Without a doubt.
Well, he's not. He's just going to raise... Well, let's see how much he raises it to.
300 total.
He's made it 300 total. He's got about maybe 400 left.
What was the original bet?
The original bet was 120.
Oh, okay.
So now, Cliff, he's got a set of nines. He's got middle set. And if he wants to get Jesus out of the hand, why not move all in now?
Yeah, but if you think you're behind, you don't want anybody out of the hand.
Well,
if you think you're behind. If you think Allen's already got the flush.
The thing, though, is if Allen already has the flush, if you put yourself in, you're not... That would be about a 30%, 70% dog there with 2 cards to come
and fill up. If you put Allen on the flush, then I need to fill up anyway. And if I fill up, I'm going to beat whatever.
And he has re-raised here, Dave. He's re-raised to 400, it looks like. And Jesus, I think, quickly has mucked.
Yeah. Nice muck there by Jesus.
Yeah, and I'm sure...
I've seen.
Well, Allen's not... He's thinking about it. Well, he's on such a short stack. I'm sure he's going to call.
Oh, he's just thinking about it, and he's not going anywhere.
He's already invested. I mean, this would be a ridiculous lay down. We've seen some bad calls. This would be a very bad lay down.
He lays this down. I'm going to go out there and slap him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Cliff has been very, very tight the whole night.
I want to give credit to Jesus there.
Yeah,
sorry to interrupt
Queen 10.
Because, I mean, there are some players that top pair with a Queen of Heart in there. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of players that think they're better players that will not lay that hand down.
Well, Allen has invested 300 in the hand, Dave, and he's got about 350 left. The pot, I mean, geez, the pot is about, I want to say 1,400. Look at this, he lays it down, Dave. Unbelievable.
I'd love to see the turn in the river here.
Oh, look, the turn is a 7 of hearts and the river's a 4 of clubs. Oh, my goodness. Of course, it's much easier for us to say as we see the cards. Now, Cliff has played tight the entire night, but Dave, you're talking about a $120 bet, a call, and a call. So the pot's about 450 right there. He raises 300. Now it's 750. He re-raises. Pot's 1150. You've got 350 in front of you. Have a flush. Playing you 4-1 odds. I mean, don't you think the chances that him having something that's not a flush is at least 25%? That's how you work the odds out, right, Dave?
It's a no-brainer call.
Oh.
I mean,
4-1 odds.
You know the funniest thing is I just saw Allen out there, and he gave me a hug and everything, and he gave me a hug and everything, and I talked to him and everything, and I said to him, hey, I was bad-mouthing you on the internet and everything. Don't take it personally. He goes, no, I don't worry, and everything. And I was honest with him. And And to make that play, what was he thinking? Gosh. I mean, you got to think of, okay, if the guy has a flush, he's got me beat already, and I'm going to throw $350 away. Yes. But there's such a huge amount of hands that he could have in the big blind. He could have 2 pair, 10-9, 10. I mean, plus he could have a set. I mean, there's so many things he could have besides a flush.
That was incredible.
Oh, and now Mo's flopped the flush.
And Mark was the raiser there with King 10. Mark's got a straight. The nut straight, and Mo has a flush. So another big hand coming up.
Well, Mo's not going anywhere, I promise you that.
Well, this is a big difference, though. Remember, Allen laid it down with 4-1 odds when he had a made flush. Mo is checked. Mark has bet 400.
And the pot size, what is the pot size? About
the raise
250?
pre-flop, I believe, was about 80. So the pot size is about 250. Now it's 650. I can't believe Chan's going to stay in here.
Nah.
650 in the pot.
And that bet by that $400 over bet by Mark kind of screams, I've got a set or I've got ace queen with no heart, something like that.
Maybe ace queen with the ace of hearts, something like that?
No, I think without the heart.
Oh, yeah?
Because he overbet the pot. He bet $400 into a $250 pot like he's scared of the hearts. He doesn't want somebody sticking in there with a heart.
Well, let's see what Mo does. I'm sure he's going to check raise here, Dave.
Well, he's going to.
Yeah, he's got a stack. Here we go.
Well, he's going to show Allen how to play a small flush.
Let's see how much more it is.
And there's a dilemma here. I don't know if Mark knows Mo or not.
Oh, boy, it's probably 2,000 more there, Dave.
All in. Me too.
Oh, my God, did Mark say all in? Mark said all in, and now the decision back is to Mo. Did this guy flop a big flush?
And Mo's already called.
He's already called.
That's how you play a
And
small
Mark is
flush.
drawing totally dead. Wow. Turn is a deuce.
Well, he'll talk to you about it.
But the deal, you go river 2 times or 3 times. If you go 3 times, each time for 1/3 of the pot, whole pot. If you win the first one, you get 1/3. If you win the second one, you get 2/3. If I win the last one, I get 1/3.
Mo,
Or
you've
if you
already
go
won the
2
hand,
times.
buddy.
Well, thank you, Mo.
Yeah.
That is actually a perfect explanation of
Yeah.
running it more than once.
Yeah, it's a way of hedging the bet. Mo thinks he has a higher heart there,
course.
Dave, in his hand, but he doesn't. He just has a straight. Mo's going to take down a giant pot. It's dead. He's drawing dead. He's drawing dead. It's over, folks.
Run it 7 times.
It's over.
Yeah, you can run it down and
Hold on. You know what's deal here? If you run 2 times or 3 times, you're drawing dead, right? Therefore, there's no deal, right?
Yeah, set or 2 pair.
And they're just trying to make sure. Yeah, it's over. And look at that. Mo busts Mark. Mark had been the big winner tonight, Dave. And I believe Mark was all in, and we're going to try to get confirmation out there from Donna how much
Oh, that's over
Mark had
6,000.
more. I mean, that's got to be the biggest pot of the night. How much more did Mark have there? He moved all in. Did Mo have enough to cover him?
On the side note, I just want to apologize to my production staff here and Bart. I farted.
675.
Sorry, everybody.
500.
I think Mark has some more money behind him.
It happens.
Sir.
Well, that's the beauty of for everybody on the webcast out there. You can catch it out, but I'm sure the editors will take care of that for the Poker Channel.
So we're talking about at least a $6,000 pot here.
So Mo had 26.75 to start that hand, Dave. So that pot was about 5,500. Unbelievable.
And look at the difference here. Mo flops a small flush and he doubles up.
Look at that.
Allen flops a small flush and he
folds.
throws it away.
Biggest hand of the night right there, folks.
Wow.
Well, Mo quickly called, and that was interesting.
Instant call.
Did you think he would have thought about that one?
Who?
You?
No.
No?
I flop a flush and somebody makes a move like that. If I've got tons of more money,
Yeah.
Mo only had another $1,500 behind him. He already raised $2,000.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the people right now, but I'll put it on the list. And have
I mean, if you've got $10,000 in front of you, yeah, you got to think about it, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you've only got $1,500 more, or in Allen's case, the last hand, $350 more, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, so I wanted to, check.
Wow. And I was about to say, when Mark moved all in there, I was about to say, Mo is the kind of player that will make a play like that with 2 pair, or just a pair, or even just a high heart, like an ace of hearts in his hand, thinking, hey, I can get this guy off the hand if he doesn't have a hearts.
Do you check, sir?
I'm gonna get.
So Allen, he doesn't take the 4.5 to 1 odds with his flush, and Mo just doubles through on his small
He didn't even
flush.
think about it.
There's a big difference right there, folks. Wow.
That's the difference. I mean,
150.
and Mo just, wow, what a big pot.
Dr. BB here, it looked like he had checked the flop, and now he's going to bet out with his weak ace. And he looks like he's got the best hand here.
Today.
And sometimes, like I said, Dave, when you're trying to figure out
150.
to make calls or not, you can think you're beat. But again, if the pot is laying you such odds where you only need to put in 25% of what the pot is laying you, well, you've got to think of a range of hands that the guy hits. You can't 100% specifically put a guy on a hand, especially when you have a flush, a small flush. Don't you think that there's got to be some chance that he doesn't have a higher flush than you? I mean, what are the odds that 2 people flop flushes? I mean,
Very
that's
slim.
very, very slim.
Very slim.
Yeah.
Of 2 people having a flush.
Yeah.
And obviously it happens, and if you're playing no limit, you've got to be able to get away from that hand on
Face
occasion.
up in the deck.
Yeah.
And I'd lay down a flush if I have $10,000, $12,000 in front of me,
Right.
and somebody, I bet $2,000, he makes it $8,000. Okay, I got to start thinking about it maybe, and I can start. But in Allen's case, it was a no-brainer
60.
call, and in Mo's case, there after he had raised the $2,000, it was an easy call.
Jesus, looks like C8's got pocket 10s. And he's raised it to 60. Going to get called there by Jesus with the Jack 8 offsuit. And BB's going to fold the ace-9. So we are heads up, pocket 10s against Jack 8.
So in a half hour, I could look at my card.
Queen 8-4. Jesus has got a piece of it. And Jesus bets.
Nice little
Bets
bet there.
right off. He's going to bet $65.
That's a nice little bet. See where he's at.
Now remember, these two went heads up before, Dave, earlier on tonight. And John calls. Oh, look at this. The turn's a 10. John's made a set of 10s.
And Jesus does not have a diamond, so he does not have a redraw here.
But if I'm right, a 9 comes, he has a straight.
Yes.
And look at this. John just smooth calls. Maybe he's
Oh,
afraid
wow.
of the flush. Let's see the river. Oh, the river's a 5. Well, now if he checks, you got to think John's going to put a little value bet in there.
I would hope so.
Yeah, he is.
That's a nice bet,
I'm sure
$300.
he's going to bet 300 here.
Kind of hoping Jesus has a queen here, but he doesn't.
And Jesus is going to muck. What do you think about John just smooth calling the turn there? Wasn't third diamond on board.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest, with 3 diamonds out there, and plus queen 8-10. You got to be scared of any jack or any 9 falls or any diamond falls. You might be beat. I would have liked to put a little mini race in there, but it worked out okay for him. Wow. You know, that's the nature of No Limit. It can really be it can be a bitch.
Yeah.
Mark's sitting there, and he's playing the entire night. He's playing really solid, and he's playing good hands the entire night, right? And then right there, he decides to play king 10 clubs on the button. Okay. Flops a straight, and in one hand, 5 hours, 4 hours of hard work
$2,600 down the
goes down
line.
to 2.
Yep.
But I mean, it's 4 hours of hard work. He's been working his whole night for that, and then boom, one hand he loses it all. And that's the nature of the beast. That's No Limit in a nutshell. One mistake and you're dead. And Mark rebought there. I'm trying to get a tally of exactly what he rebought for.
3-8-4.
Mark's got an open-ended straight draw here.
Yes. 60.
And Mark has reloaded for $1,000. And Jesus calls him with king 3.
Change. 2 players.
6 of diamonds comes on the turn.
Now Mark's got a pair and the open-ended straight draw.
120.
He's going to bet 120. Well, and Jesus mucks.
Yeah. Sometimes I got to be honest. If you ever take a beat like that, do you ever just get up?
Yeah, I don't know if Mark can continue to play his game.
Your table image is somewhat shot. And you wonder, right?
Big blessing.
I mean, he did flop a straight. It's just bad luck. I thought he lost a little bit too much money.
Last hand I won, I didn't raise the opening bid. I didn't raise off the flop. Last hand I won. Maybe the hand before that, but not the last hand I
You
won.
raised 60.
Lost a little bit too much money with just a straight there and no heart in his hand at all, no redraw. Yeah. Getting confirmation that was actually over a $6,000 pot there.
6 players.
And John in seat 8's got an ace here. Flop is ace deuce 3.
Thank you.
He's going to make what looks like a $60 bet.
Well, Mo's got pocket 7s. Oh, he's going to muck. Again, like I said, Mo, great just instincts. You know, I've just seen it time and time again where he knows when to call and he knows when to not call. He knows when I've seen him call somebody down with bottom pair because he's got a read on him all the way down.
Yeah, you got to know when to fold him, know when to hold him, know when to walk away, know when to run.
I was never a big Kenny Rogers fan.
Well, you're missing out.
Maybe they do that type of thing. Listen to that type of music in upstate New York. Oh no, I'm just kidding. Kev Math out there on 2+2. Yeah, I always have to hedge that.
There's only a few things we do in upstate New York 'cause it's cold. We listen to Kenny Rogers, we drink, and we Well,
try to go to Syracuse sorority parties.
well,
Yeah.
the third one I can't say. This is a family show.
It's almost 2 tables. It's 18 players.
And you have big ice storms.
Exactly. Well, we got to do something to keep warm.
Three-way action. 6, 7, 8. 2 diamonds.
Three players.
Jesus is betting 130 on the open-ended straight draw.
That's good.
Jesus loves tucking.
Well, thank you.
No, I run here. Cash run.
Oh, and here we go. Chip count. Look at that. Mo's 6,500 in
Yes.
first place.
Third place,
John's got
10,000.
5,000.
Second
Dr.
place,
Beanie's got 4,400.
4,400.
Jesus has got 4,000. He was down to $600 at one time. Shan up to 4,000.
9-8.
Cliff at 2,600. John at 2,000. Mark at 1,200. And Alan at a meek 400.
He's just proving my point.
Yeah.
I mean, week in, week out, he seems like he's a short stack of the game, doesn't he?
One table.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
why play this game if you only got $400 in it?
Combined together.
We spread a $100 buy-in in the game, a $200 buy-in, and a 3 to 5.
I get deposit.
If you only have $400 or $500, go play one of those.
He could be playing the $500 game. This is we have 4 no limits right now
Yeah,
tonight.
it's crazy.
Yeah. And actually, I heard that there are 3 tables of this game going on tonight.
Really?
10-20 because of the
Great.
tournament. You know, Mo's got pocket 8s. He's going to raise here out of the blind, and he takes it down.
Yeah, you called me. I give you 100 back. You want to be in? $100.
Great. Well, I just heard word that we're going to get Mo in here for a little interview. We can ask him what you thought about that ace-6 call, which is the one hand I really thought was,
Here,
wow.
that hand last time, I moved the button one more
Again,
time.
we do different things for television editing versus the webcast. We're going to try to have in for the poker channel kind of the quote-unquote winner of the night. We were talking, Dave, how we kind of have
He had
to
25 out in the big blind.
let some of the people that are kind of virgins to reality poker know that there really isn't kind of a winner each night, but we've got to kind of ease them into that.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's much easier tournaments, like you said.
Yeah,
It's very easy
yeah.
to gauge.
There's a winner.
You're the winner.
In TV poker. Well, not this TV poker.
In a
Not
cash
this
game,
version of TV poker.
I got to be honest, in a cash game, I'm almost never the winner.
Yeah.
The winner, so to say. But I consistently win every night.
Yeah.
And that's the difference in a cash game. I don't really care if I'm the winner, to be honest
Right,
with you.
right. Mo is raised here. He's got pocket queens, and he's probably not going to get any action.
So it's been raised
Couple
130.
of black
He's got
ladies there.
4-3 suited. He might make a call here.
Anybody want to take
Well, looks like he's moving all in.
Here's your change, man.
Oh, no, Jesus is going to fold. Is he moving out of the game? Oh, he's going to Mexican poker, we're getting word. He's got a couple Coronas in him.
He's heading up. You know what, though? Once again, Jesus has won money.
Oh, yeah.
Small blind, big blind.
We have about, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes left in the webcast.
Marco.
Then we get a little shot of the Bicycle Casino in our new plaza section.
Again, and we have the ability to say all this, too, as I'm realizing, because the editors can just edit the commentary out for television, but the concept of winning, Dave, like I said, TV executives, it's a new thing to have cash poker on TV.
Yeah.
It's much, much different than anything that anyone's ever seen. So it's
Right, a
you got to
cash game-
ease people into it,
Right, in a cash game, it's not important to win in one night.
Right.
You can go. I can go home a loser because I know the next. It's all one long session. That's
Yeah.
what you got to keep remembering. It's always just one long session.
Looks like
Even though Mark's going to go home tonight feeling pretty bad about it.
Mo is raised here. Pocket 8s. Alan is called with King Jack suited. It was a
On the button.
$130 raise. Now Alan's really short now.
That's-
479.
wow, and Mark would have hit a set of 4s.
All in 180.
And
205.
I
You see, I went to
believe
Mexican poker. Find him on the other side.
that Mo has gone all in, and Alan
Ask the
Mox,
foreman what the game is.
and he's getting up. He's frustrated, Dave.
Come on, Alan. He's Allen's just not playing real. I mean, Allen's better than this even, you know, and he's just not playing smart poker. To put in half your money, call off half your money, doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
And if you want to count, that's fine. Don't worry. You have $5,000 shift. Even you got here late. Blind still small.
Before there was any limit.
I'm watching the game until I find down the line.
And we've seen Allen actually lay down two big hands. Remember he laid down that ace-jack, where he would have won a big pot. He would have doubled up there.
Yep.
Versus the ace-6. And then the flush as well. I mean, Allen could easily have $1,500, $2,000 in front of him.
5 players.
Here we go. 5-way action here. Looked like it was limped around.
Big blind raise.
Oh, no, big blind's going to raise. Seat 4. Can't quite tell what he's got there.
So far, I have 9 players.
He's going to raise to 150.
Already
150, wow.
Still Hutch over there, right?
It's going to be
That's Hutch, yeah.
Got to see what he's got there. He's got ace. We still can't see there. Ace king. There we go.
Or 2 players.
Oh, and look at this. Seat 8 is going to call with queen jack suited.
Yeah, everyone comes here and
Heads up. Queen jack deuce.
Bam.
900 because of the camera.
And John has slow played in the past, but now he's going to raise, Dave. Ace king bets.
And I like the raise there.
Maybe he hopes he's got kings or aces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like the raise there. I mean, in this case, he's probably going to not get much action, but if John's got aces or kings, or ace-queen, he might get some action here.
And he mucks, and he takes it down.
On the internet tonight.
Yeah, you got it. I'm on the internet tonight. Thank you, sir.
And once again, if you like the action tonight, or any night, you can check it out on the archives.
I've seen that work.
Should have with authority.
For just $14.95, you can have access to the archives, over 700 hours of live cash poker. And you get access to Howard Lederer, Hold'em video.
And it's well worth it, Dave.
Well, it's a great learning
entertaining,
tool.
instructional.
Great learning tool. And we're getting word that actually there was the turn would have been a jack. And John would have filled up on the turn. So, but it didn't make a difference, obviously.
One person moved on to the seat.
And we see Mark here. Mark limping in the cutoff seat
150.
with an ace-6 offsuit.
Pocket queens for seat 3. That's Cliff.
And he raised it on the button.
You're better player here. Up to now, you are better player.
And he's going to take it down.
You are better player.
But Cliff has played Mr. Solid tonight, Dave. Just tight solid.
Yeah, he's just got that one bad beat when he turned the straight. And,
Yeah.
and
Jesus called him with the ace of spades.
yeah, he got the ace spade on
the
there.
spades there.
We've got Abraham in seat 1 there. He bought it for $2,000. Actually, $2,500, I'm sorry. And there he is, Abraham in seat 1.
Because we lost the button. Oh, he's back now. Okay.
No action.
Move those cards around.
And to know, Dave, when he comes in here, obviously I'm going to ask him about his small flush. But I got to ask him, I got to tell him when Allen mucked his flush, too, if he can remembers that hand. It's just... There he is.
You know, it's funny, you talked about this...
He'll come in here and we'll speak to him after this hand.
It's funny, you talked about this, the table, you talked about this, comparing this game to kind of a sports contest.
Yeah.
You know, most of these guys don't look very athletic, though, I got to tell you.
Can you put your cards in the window, please? Thank you.
Oh, limp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way action here. 8, 4, 10. It's a rainbow flop. Looks like someone's got deuce 10. It's seat 7. It's Dr. Beebe. And look at this. He's picked up 2 pairs now.
8 more minutes.
And he's going to bet. He's got the Doyle Brunson hand.
150.
And he's going to bet a... Oh, look at this. He's checked it. Dr. Beebe checked it in the button bet 150 with deuce 4. Look at this. 2 pairs. Deuce 4 against deuce 10. And Beebe just makes a... Is he going to make a smooth call? He's going to make a smooth call. So the turn gives both players 2 pairs. And Abraham's sitting over there with an open-ended straight draw on seat 1. He leaves. And we're going to see a river. And the river is an ace. And Dr. Beebe has checked. And John, thinking that he has the best hand, he's going to make a value bet. He's going to bet 250. And Dr. Beebe thinks he's beat right now. He doesn't like it. Play the hand back, though. There aren't a lot of draws. I can't imagine that he would lay this hand down. Or maybe he's thinking of check raising. Or is he, no, it looks like he's just going to make the call. Yeah, he's going to call. Deuce 10 is good. And again, Hutch made a value bet there at the end. Beebe played that pretty passively. And we've got Mo here in the booth. So, Mo,
how you doing?
Congratulations tonight. You were the big winner, obviously.
All right.
And how much did you end up winning? About 3,000 or 4,000 tonight over the course of...
We're talking about tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
On Live at Bike
on
or out of
Live at the Bike? Yeah, on Live at the Bike.
Live at Bike, I believe, winning almost 3,000.
3,000. Now, one of the biggest hands that you won there was towards the end of the show. You had flopped a small flush. Mark over there in seat 2, he had the nut straight. I believe the flop was 9 Jack Queen, all hearts. I believe you had 4 6 of hearts.
King 10.
Yeah, and he had King 10. Now, you bet, or excuse me, I believe you check raised 2,000 on the flop.
Okay.
Now, Dave and I were saying that the pot was only about 250. He overbet the flop about 400. So that kind of screamed to us that he was trying to protect against the flush. And what were you thinking at that point, too, now that you check raised 2,000?
In that point, I knew he knows me, I bluffed.
Yeah.
He knows me. If he was a different player, I may raise him just double to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I know if he has some kind of hand, even top pair, top kicker.
Set queens, maybe, something
set
like
queens,
that. Yeah.
even top pair, top kicker.
Yeah.
I knew he's going to call me.
Yeah.
Because of that, I raised 2,000, coming to go all in.
Yeah.
Then 700 more.
Now, when he moved over the top of you all in, you only had maybe an additional $1,300 or $1,400 left. Right?
700
Oh, 700 left. Because I was going to say, you called rather quickly.
700
You called instantly, and that's why, right? Because you didn't really have that much more money
for
left.
the pot, almost $6,000.
Yeah.
$700.
So you already had $2,700 invested in yourself.
That's
it was
right.
a no-brainer.
That's
Now, the
right.
funniest thing about that is that we were hammering Alan in seat 1. The very hand before that hand,
He had
Alan had
5-7 of
flopped a flush. He had bet $300 in position. Or excuse me, Cliff led out with middle
right.
set. Alan had flopped a flush. He raised. He had 700 left at the beginning of the hand. He raised 300. Cliff moved them all in, and he mucked the hand. At that point, the pot was $1,000. He only had 300 left. Now, obviously, you made the insta call. Now, that's kind of a bad laydown, Mo. You can tell everyone, right?
That's bad laydown just because in no limit, you have to have money.
Yeah.
That's the no limit. He doesn't have the money right now. I knew that because of that.
Yeah.
I knew. He laid down the hand because that's the last money he had.
Yeah. Well, you know, in a lot of the pre-interviews, and we've been talking before,
actually, he shouldn't play this game right now.
Yeah,
because if
we
you
were
don't
saying
have
the
money,
same thing. Dave and I were saying the
you're
same
out
thing.
of the game. You go play $100, $200. If you can play it, go ahead, play it. Play your hand.
Right. It's playing a little bit scared, right?
You have to play your hand. Therefore, if you have less money, you go lower game.
Now, let's ask you about the beginning of the show. This is another thing that Dave and I commented about. The biggest fish in the game was Amir Vahidi. Did you see some of the stuff that he was pulling? You were away from the table. But what do you think about these big no-limit tournament players coming in with the same loose, aggressive style, not thinking that they can run over people, not realizing that they can make the adjustment to the cash game? Somebody like you, it's got to be one of the top players in this card room at this game. It's just got to salivate over that, right?
That's right.
Yeah. That's right.
That's right.
Anytime a tournament player comes, you love it?
Which tournament?
Anytime a tournament player comes to the table,
yeah,
you like it?
Of course, because if they are the tournament player, if they can adjust their game from tournament to live game, they're underdog.
They're on the dot. One other question I wanted to ask you, too. It was the hand where you had ace-6 against Steven with ace-6. Now, when he made the call and you made the giant check raise there on the flop, when he made the call, you must have thought that you were losing. when he made the call.
100%.
How did he make that call with ace-6, Mo?
I believe he made a mistake.
Oh, my goodness.
Because I check and raise them.
Yeah.
I'm a small blind. I could have anything. I could have straight there, 2 pair, aces up, or even ace with the good kicker.
Yeah.
If I were there, no, I don't call.
You don't call?
Because I check and raise, and it was his all money.
Yeah.
I mean, if he had $5,000-$6,000 behind,
right.
of course. But
right. Yeah. How do you call with ace-6? Well, I got to tell you, I would assume that I'm going to be having this conversation with you more and more for the Poker Channel because you're going to play in this game a lot and you're going to be the winner a lot. So congratulations on tonight's win.
I hope.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right.
Okay. Well, actually, we are going to end the webcast right now. So for David Tuckman, who's off the camera, I think you saw his right hand there with his Chelsea shirt. There we go.
All right, David. Come on.
And for the big winner, Mo, I'm Bart Hanson. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
And by the way, before we say good night, Mo, we've got a $300 multi-rebuy tournament tomorrow. We're going to try to spread some 20-40 no limit for tomorrow night's game.
We will have 20-40, 100%.
Okay. So good night, everybody, on that note from live at
See you guys
the
tomorrow.
It's here. It's big. And it's closer than you think. It's not a tournament. It's what you don't see on TV. The cash is real. The stakes are high. They bet big. They win big. They lose big. High stakes live action poker. Live at the bike. Watch it live on the web or play it if you dare at the Bicycle Casino right here in Los Angeles.